Who likes that, bro? Who likes the idea that you're going to try and subvertly worm your way in and get people to think you're politics, bro? Guys, you're making all these videos about Pokemon. When are we going to start seeing some videos about Elysian, guys?
I think everybody wants to be Destiny.
No, they
All
don't.
Oh, what?
It makes dumb target.
Comments that have aged terribly.
I literally was laughing at you. Was all
You were
that
calling
was.
me. You were calling me a retard and a lol cow, and you were like,
Yeah, I think after that thing you did to Optimus, I think you are retarded. I think when you.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. To fall in that. Don't you have to have like a serious lack of common sense?
common sense is a fallacy. No, you can have.
Just uploaded a piece of content that I haven't seen before and I didn't know existed, and also includes clips I've never seen before as well from around the time when he was trying to infiltrate the commentary community. I watched like a minute of it and it seemed like total Kino content because WillyMac was just totally mogging Xanderhal. It was fucking brilliant. So hopefully the rest of it will pan out as good as the start is, okay? But yeah, for those of you that don't know, Xanderhal is some loser bread tuber dude. You know, he's got spun out of Vosh's community, or he started first, but then him and Vosh kind of, you know, worked together, built whatever, right? So he built a sort of platform in the bread tube era, was actually somewhat successful for a while, but his channel has been slowly dying off. He worked with the Progressive Victory for a little while, and he was getting paid by them. And then when the money train stopped, he was panicking that his channel was going to go in the toilet and was asking people to go and engage with his videos to prop him up in the algorithm. However, fate rolled the dice and landed on 2 6s for him, because then Trump won the election. And the last time that I checked, he actually has been doing okay because all these Trump videos are doing quite well for him. So I think as much as he's going to moan about Trump, I think Trump has single-handedly saved his channel, shall we say. But anyway, we are taking a little trip down memory lane today because this is all related. And if someone has got the clip of him talking about this, please put it in my Discord. If Queeman's there, he probably's got it. But Xanderhal was like a lefty progressive content creator, right? And he was like, oh, the commentary community, they're kind of like a bit right-leaning. I know what I'm going to do. And he, you know, plotted and planned and said, I'm going to infiltrate the commentary community and bring my lefty politics into it, right? And that was his plan. But for some reason, he decided to state this plan publicly on a stream. And repeatedly, and these are new clips we're going to be looking at the start of this, but he like repeatedly spoke about and eyed up the commentary community as like a vector for growth for his channel. Publicly, all on stream. And then there's a really funny clip of him noticing that Mutahar had followed him, and he goes like, that's a win, guys, that's a win. Very funny behavior, very cringe behavior. Who's got the clip? Anyway, maybe this clip that I'm thinking of is going to be, you know, in this segment that we look at.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
It's a terrible idea. Don't give me any power. Ha ha.
Thank you for the $10. Right, let's have a little look at this. So, I don't know if it's going to be in here. Maybe it is. If someone's got the clip that I'm talking about, where Xanderhal was sat there watching Mutar following him, having talked about infiltrating the commentary community, and goes, that is a win. Please, by all means, send it to me. Okay? But, yeah. I'll get this started and we'll see where we go. Right, commentary aids. Commentary aids. Here we go. So, I have watched the first 3 minutes, 13 seconds of this. So, please be warned that this is somewhat pre-watched. Yeah, let's get into this.
Xanderhal, welcome to RFC.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
The infiltration has begun, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going pretty well too. I mean, I've gained
Oh,
like
yeah?
3,000 plus subs since I
Holy
made that
Yeah,
video.
shit,
I know.
dude.
You talked about that a lot, bro.
Oh, you already started with the bans.
All right,
no.
yeah. What do you want to talk about?
No,
Yo,
Willie,
do I get
before
to
we
start
get this
this?
started,
Bro, straight away, Willie is mogging straight away. And knowing about Xanderhal, I know exactly what is going on there, right? It's so true. Xanderhal is like obsessed about subs and like clearly was like rubbing his hands together. Oh, I'm getting loads of subs off of this. And fucking Willie saw through it. WillyMac saw through it straight away and knew exactly what the fuck was going on.
Willie, he's on camera right now. I don't know if you're
I'm ready
able to plug
start.
in.
I'll go first. Hello, everyone. I come in front of the commentary council today, where all major decisions on drama happen. Augie RFC, thank you for having me.
Welcome.
And
welcome,
I want to
man.
discuss the cringe lord Xander.
Oh.
Today, I charge Xander with 4 major crimes against commentary. 1, Xander is a completely dishonest debater. He makes absurd comparisons while doing complete mental gymnastics. I'm charging Xander with numerous counts of being a bitch-ass backpeddler. While never admitting when he's doing it, he always comes up with some excuse for why it makes sense. Xander is also a wishy-washy little boy. In the same video, he'll go back and forth on the same opinion several times. He doesn't even notice, which I find pretty interesting. And finally, the dude is a self-admitting grifter. I mean, you even heard it when
Bro, he called him a little boy. This.
he first came in the call. All right, and then I guess I got
Hold on,
5.
I have a question. I have a question.
You're
Let's go
kind of
through
a
one at
weirdo,
time.
bro. So
Sure, okay.
I don't
So
even
let's
have
go
to
through
prove
these
that.
accusations. Let's go through these accusations one at a time. Do you have like any examples of like what's the first one? It was like I'm a self-admitted grifter. What's the first
Yeah,
one?
well, I'd like to start off with like
Okay.
a pretty wishy-washy, right?
Okay. We're just going to pause this because I've now got the link. Okay?
Leftists need to infiltrate the YouTube drama.
Okay, wait. Is this it? I've got 2 versions.
That is good.
Oh, wait. No, hang on. Wait. Oh, dude. Right, let me get this. We got this. This is the first one.
Leftists need to infiltrate the YouTube drama community.
Here we go.
The YouTube drama community is at best marginally center left leaning, and at worst full-on like reactionary alt-right, like with Keemstar. There is not any leftist representation
Did he just call Keemstar reactionary alt-right? Oh my God.
in the YouTube
I've seen this
drama
clip
sphere.
before. I forgot that.
And I plan on getting into that quite hard. When there is YouTube drama happening, like non-political YouTube drama happening, I'm going to worm my way into that shit, and I'm going to give my takes on it.
I'm going to worm my way in. What? What an absolute genius saying this all on a stream. I'm going to worm my way in there. I'm going to... Why did he say this live?
I'm going to try to build myself into that community. I'm going to be building bridges with other non-political YouTubers. You've seen me trying to do it with, I've done it with JXC, I'd say. I'm trying to do it with Long Beach Griffey. I'm going to be doing it with other non-political YouTubers.
Dude, that fist.
That is good.
Okay, that's wonderful. But
This
how
is
do
a
I make
win.
money off depressed people?
I will do
Vanderer
everything in my
became a member.
Thank you for the membership.
power when I am large enough to try to get him on my channel for a talk. That would be a big win. That would be a big win.
Bro, bread pill mooter. Not to get too political, guys, okay? But this is always the most obnoxious part of these fucking retards is this bread pill shit. So bread pill, what that means, that's a reference to a book by some anarchist theorist called Kropotkin, The Conquest of Bread, okay? Which is like one of the books the lefties love to fucking bang on about. And the idea is that through, I don't know, conversation, manipulation, whatever, you covertly and subtly influence them to get them to your position on politics, right? So that's what bread pill means. It's a bit like what's the pink pill? Is that the trans one? But anyway, so yeah, it's this kind of like subversive, discreet effort to try and influence someone to your politics. Who likes that, bro? Who likes the idea that you're going to try and subvertly worm your way in and get people to think your politics, bro? You know? You know, Mutahar is obviously a soft touch, so it might maybe work on someone like that. I think he did end up speaking to Mutahar on stream. But someone like Augie, you think Augie gives two fucks about your queer politics? I doubt it, right? Augie's there for the content, and he is political in his own perspective. But I don't think he's there, and I don't think he's able to be bread pilled like this, Total cancer. And this dude was saying this on a fucking live stream. Just, bro, crazy low IQ moves being made here. Yeah, exactly, J. Keith, yeah. I am going to subtly manipulate you. I want to come into your community, right? Somewhere which generally is averse to getting into super political, and I'm going to subtly manipulate you and others in the space to be more political, but not political in terms of what you want, of what I want. I'm going to subvert you to my point of view and my specific politics because I'm correct about politics. Very cringe. He won't succeed. Well, he didn't succeed. I mean, this is in the past now, but it's just, yeah, very cringe behavior from Xanderhal here, and that's the same clip. So anyway, now I think we get into an edit of clips which I've not seen before of Xanderhal doing this again.
In the same video, you'll go back and forth a lot. So I'm actually going to drop, here, Augie, I actually got a link right here. You can watch this.
Xanderhal, if you want to hear the audio, you can join my Discord live, and I can share audio with us all, so we don't have to play it simultaneously.
Most non-political communities on YouTube lean either centrist or outright, like, full-on right-wing. I think for the most part, the drama community and the commentary community are, like, pretty left-leaning. This community is huge, and it's growing more and more, has a lot of mainstream appeal, like non-political appeal, and when it does get into politics, the politics are fairly right-leaning. Either centrist or outright full-on right-wing. I think for the most part, the drama community and the commentary community are, like, pretty left-leaning. There are some people...
Okay, I think we get the point of the first part of this clip so far.
So, okay, do you think...
Play it out. It goes back. I want another little bit.
Oh, so he's saying that he's saying at one point they're left-leaning, at other points they're right-leaning, and it's inconsistent of what he actually thinks about it.
No, I'm curious. Do you think anything I said there is actually contradictory?
Yeah, no, I want it to keep going because it just keeps going and going and going.
Across there different are good examples, different in the commentary community, but for the most part, it seems like the mass majority of them are pretty reactionary leaning. The YouTube drama community is at best marginally center left leaning, and at worst, full-on, like, reactionary alt-right, like with Keemstar. But I actually don't want to crush him. I know he's certainly right-leaning. If you are center-left-leaning, which I think you are, Optimus, though I'd still like to talk to you and sort of find out all your beliefs. Optimus, big boy, big fucking YouTuber guy, does similar content, and when he talks about basically any political topic, he generally leans onto the reactionary side of things. The YouTube drama community is at best marginally center left leaning, and
I mean, this is probably the tip of the iceberg, but I just imagine that he probably did these streams where he was like looking at the channels and doing this, like, hyper queer analysis of it all. Oh yeah, this channel, it's got these takes and it's slightly right leaning, right? And all of this is in some effort to try and get in there and subvert it to your politics. Just be normal, dude. Just make content about drama and be regular, normal guy, and you'll eventually make connections and you'll start to talk, and just organically you can move in that direction, right? But it's like, it's all planned and plotted, and, oh, this channel here has got these views, and if I get in there and worm my way in, I'm going to make it lefty. It's just, people, clearly, WillyMac was wise to this. I think people like Augie spotted what was going on and just saw an opportunity for content. You guys can probably attest to this because you saw this play out more if you've been around for a while. But yeah, this sort of shit is just not going to fly, and people can sniff it a mile away. And even more so if you're literally saying this openly on your live streams.
The same few clips. Like reactionary alt-right, like with Keemstar. The one example of someone who is far-right that I've mentioned is Keemstar. Now, Keemstar doesn't oftentimes get into politics, but the dude is like a borderline Nazi. He talks about Keemstar's very numerous connections to the alt-right, whether it be the Killstream guys.
Yo, I do want to talk about Keemstar for a second, if you guys are down.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, dude. Is he going to totally body Xanderhal on these ridiculous things that he's saying?
Okay, let's talk about let's first go into the, because I want to be as fair as possible here. Let's first talk about the contradictions here, and then we'll talk about Keemstar, I say.
Sure, I would love to. So one thing I want to mention right off the bat is that I can't actually know what anyone genuinely believes. You have to inductively reason it based off of their actions and what they say. So before
you sure do pretend to know a lot about it, though.
No, I don't.
You tell it to your fans like it's such a fact, and you're willing to correct them on it when they say something else in chat.
So the thing is, I can't know what anybody believes until I talk to them and hear what they actually have to say. So everything I'd seen of Boblax the first time I ever talked about him, and same kind of for Augie, though I didn't know all that much about him, was that they both had like an extreme hard-on for most like left-leaning content creators. They seem to really hate Destiny, Hassan, like most of the larger lefty content creators that they've made videos about. They seem to go really hard defending people like
I actually really like Destiny. I'm not a big fan of Hassan though.
Yeah, but dude, them going after Pokey, like with Pokey, you gave your opinion on Pokey, man. You literally summarized all the hate for Pokey as everyone hates her because she's a girl.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah,
and we don't know what copyright it is, and you're completely wrong.
Yeah,
on
no,
that. Missing the whole point.
I don't think that most people would hate Pokey as much if she was a dude. Absolutely. Yeah, no, the drama around Pokemon.
Bro, this is such a cancerous narrative, right? There's loads of male influencers that, I mean, they're men, so they don't act in the same way, but the same sort of themes of what they're doing, they get heavily criticized for. I mean, bro, who are some of the most hated people out there? Like, the male influencers. They're hated and I mean, bro, just look at what's happened with Mr. Beast. You know, Mr. Beast has been absolutely fucking rinsed at every conceivable angle, and he's fucking a guy. He's a guy. You know, name your example in chat. You know, I just do not fucking believe this narrative that Pokemon, if they were just a man, everyone would like what they do. No, not true. Not true at all. Total fucking bullshit, cancerous, misogyny fucking laden narrative. Wrong.
Is probably some of the biggest, like the biggest nothing burger I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, absolutely. That is such a load of shit of you not knowing anything you're talking about on that.
No,
subject.
I've seen a shit ton of the content around Pokemon. Probably the biggest propagator of it was Leafy, who literally went on about how he was never going to stop making videos on Pokemon until he got banned.
Dude, that's the equivalent. When he did,
everybody got really angry.
That's the equivalent of saying the content cop on Leafy is only about his chin. Like, you, dude, you're missing the greater picture there. Completely.
No, it's not.
Completely.
Do you realize that you can have valid criticisms of somebody, but your motivation for going as hard as against somebody as you do can be
and you could read their mind on that. Like, how the fuck do you know they're motivated?
You can inductively reason it. You go based off their actions and what they say. You can't actually know what anybody believes or thinks. You actually can't. You have to go based off of what they say and do.
All right, here, let me say this. Augie, you and Boblax, you personally got a strike on your channel for it over copyright with Pokemon. Pokemon has gone after people's sponsors. I mean, we've gone after H3H3 for the same exact shit, right? And I don't know how you're saying with Pokemon, we can't do that. And that just comes down to her being a girl.
You can be.
No one calls Mr. Beast mid. Okay, Sammy, you're a fucking moron. Okay, the amount of fucking comments about. I mean, I've made them myself, so just to make that clear, the amount of comments about the way he looks and the way he smiles. And the fact that he's got autism because of the way he smiles. Bro, you are totally coping on some fucking bullshit femoid narrative that isn't true. There are tons of contents that Mr. Beast gets about his fucking looks, okay? You're just delusional. You're fucking delusional on some femoid bullshit narrative, right? Probably fucking, oh no, it is to do with being a woman. Pokemon gets called mid. Yeah, look at the fucking comments about Mr. Beast. Are they all about the things he's done wrong? Or are some of them about the way he looks and the way he smiles and his appearance and stuff like that? Come on, dude.
Be upset. No, you can absolutely be upset if she does some bad things, but I feel like what was it, for like 2 months, there was this like prolonged jump on
Yes, exactly, the dead eyes thing. The amounts of memes and jokes and shit talking about his dead eyes.
Streamer who is like probably one of the least problematic people out there. There are way worse people out there and got this
dude, who are the worst people out there we should all make videos on when she's the one doing all these things?
I mean, do you want me to list all the
Yeah, I'd love for you to name like the people doing what she did at that time.
What she did at that time? I mean, I'm pretty
sure at that time, who else was doing that shit?
Onision absolutely is the first to come to mind. The dude abuses the copyright system like
what? Guys. You're making all these videos about Pokemon. When are we going to start seeing some videos about Onision, guys? Onision is getting off way too easy. Bro, come on, dude. He just doesn't fucking know. He just has got no clue what the fuck he's talking about, does he?
Dude, these guys have covered Onision. Dude,
Onision's covered way more than Poke.
To the max, man.
Sure. Yeah, of course. Onision
Okay,
is
then name somebody.
Fucking Keemstar, he's done the same shit.
Dude, Keemstar's been covered to the max for years.
Bro, Keemstar. I tell you what we really need, guys, is bro. If anything, I don't think that hundreds of videos pointing out the stuff that Keemstar's done wrong is enough. Bro. So this guy was trying to do this infiltration into the commentary community, but he hadn't even bothered to do the actual research he needed to do of, if I get challenged on these takes, what am I going to say? To know that Keemstar and Onision are fucking terrible examples to pick because they've been covered to death already.
Out of your way to defend
Even this year, Pokimane was not covered, and then we covered her because she was doing fucked up shit. And your whole thing of like, we find people that are worse. Dude, other people weren't doing anything at the time, so she was covered.
I'm pretty sure there were some pretty big
And for you to
people
wash,
doing
you can't name shit though. That's why I find funny.
Yeah, because I don't fucking hover over the drama community like crazy. Sometimes I'll watch like a Boblax video.
Dude,
like,
you don't. And you're going ahead and you're saying everyone's political opinion, and you're admitting right now you don't actually watch fucking anything.
No, I mean, like I said, when you showed those clips, the first few that you showed where I say that I think Augie and Boblax are right-leaning are from before I ever talked to them. I'm pretty sure Boblax is like a
dude, then why are you speaking on it if you don't know?
Wait, what was this?
That's why I find funny.
Yeah, because I don't fucking hover over the drama community like crazy. Sometimes I'll watch like a Boblax video.
Dude,
like,
you don't. You're going ahead and you're saying everyone's.
Bro, I want to infiltrate the community, but I'm not paying it any attention. Dude, this guy's so fucking dumb. It's hilarious. And then it's a Boblax video, which presumably is what, a Twitter versus video? You know, it's just so funny because obviously, you know, yeah, I have moved towards more the commentary stuff. And just knowing my own experience, it's like a classic thing of Nicholas coming on and telling me stuff I don't know about, right? You know, and I try to avoid speaking on topics I've not looked into because I don't know. But I've spent time off stream watching like 2-hour videos about commentary law just so I've got like a bit of background on something that maybe comes up and I don't know about, you know? And it isn't something I can get to on stream because it's too much. Like, you've got to do a bit of fucking, you know, homework. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, like, you know, to understand what's happening and the dynamics and, this person doesn't like that person and all this stuff. Like, what has he even done? What is this lazy fucker at this stage? When did this happen? I can't remember. Where I won't find it. Normally it's there, isn't it? 2020. 2020. But yeah, I mean, dude, it's how does he not know any of this?
Political opinion, and you're admitting right now you don't actually watch fucking anything.
No, I mean, like I said, when you showed those clips, the first few that you showed where I say that I think Augie and Boblax are right-leaning are from before I ever talked to them. I'm pretty sure Boblax is like a
dude, then why are you speaking on it if you don't know anything about them? Why do you speak on it if you don't know anything about them? That's basic research.
And people in my chat ask me what I think of these people, and I'm a streamer. That's
and you give an opinion as if you know all about them. Man. Like, I love that.
Wait, hold on.
Hey Chud, what do you think of ex-streamer whose content you haven't watched meaningfully and don't know? I don't know. I've not seen much of their content. You know, the video I saw was okay, or I didn't really like it, and that's like, right? Like, that's it. No, well, I think that they're actually like a right-leaning individual based on what I've seen. I think they're possibly some sort of Nazi. What the fuck?
On. Do you think I can give my opinion of somebody without knowing everything about them?
I think you can, but I don't think
they're reactionary.
You're a big believer, right? You're wishy-washy on it, but you're a big believer on you're responsible for your audience. right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, when you're willing to give an opinion that's a straight up, like, he is this, he is that, and you don't know shit, and you're speaking out of your ass, then that's not you being responsible to your audience.
You think if I see something from somebody and it gives me an opinion of them, I'm not allowed to talk
I think
about
you're
it?
a fucking idiot for it, dude. Because I don't think you're not somebody that has very good common sense when it comes to things. That's my opinion of you.
Mad about it, dude.
Yeah, I'm not happy.
Sure,
I'm not happy.
You can have your opinion about it, okay. So do you think that it is reasonable to see, I mean, like, the most I knew about Augie and Boblax whenever I made that comment,
yeah, I know, you didn't know anything.
Was seeing him and Destiny argue over the, what was it called? The fucking Pokemon shit. Or it was the...
no, it was Invader V.
Invader V, yeah. That's the most I'd seen of them, and every time, like, especially when I see maybe this doesn't apply, generally I think that somebody's fan base typically can be a representation of the person that they follow. In the case of Augie and Boblax, a lot of their fans were like going full on simp cell over these female streamers they thought were
your fucking fans are just as cancerous as any of anybody else's fans.
Also, I think if you have cultivated a fan base that is like just like you in the perspectives, I think that you've failed personally. And I think having a broad fan base of different types of people that have got different takes and perspectives on things is way better, you know? Because otherwise you just end up with essentially a sort of echo chamber, right? And you don't have any contradictory perspectives or opinions being stated. You know, like, for example, I actually don't like the fact that all the leftoids are fucked off, right? I actually don't like that because I feel like we are kind of lacking that. And so when people have got like a leftoid perspective, sometimes I get a bit annoyed with them. But like, I do appreciate people that are willing to propose like an alternate perspective on the far lefty side. But none of them are interested in watching someone they don't lockstep agree with on every single fucking topic. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, aren't you banning opposition in your chat? I mean, annoying people, sure, but
I think I do a pretty good.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You really don't, dude. You don't at all, dude. They just sit there and call everyone alt-right. They just sit there and call everyone alt-right.
I don't think most of my fans call people alt-right without reason.
Well, I don't think most of anybody's fans are going ahead and simp selling or whatever the fuck you're saying.
I mean, that may be true.
Most of them just watch the video and they go ha-ha and they move on.
That can be true, but you can base it off of the loudest minority of their audience, I guess you could say. Whoever is most loud in their opinion.
What does that
essentially
actually mean?
You can't know what the majority of somebody's audience believes because most people's audience just kind of
but you give your opinion on it, which is amazing.
What does that have to do with anything I just said?
You're saying that, hey, it's a minority of people, so I'm going to go off that. But you have that same minority of people.
Because a minority of people in someone's audience are going to be the ones that actually make their voices heard.
Dude, all right, can we...
Okay, but if it's a minority of people, then you could only say, well, based on what I can see, it's that minority that has got that perspective. How can you extrapolate that out to the entire audience? What? Oh, Chud, there's one person in your chat, and they're repeatedly denying the H-Course. I think that says a lot about your community and the fact that you've cultivated an audience of Nazis. I mean, I have cultivated an audience of Nazis, but that wouldn't be a good argument to make, that there's like one person or a couple of people that are, you know, hoax posting in chat, shall we say. So, yeah, anyway. But yeah, sensitive topic on YouTube, so let's relax a little bit. But, I mean, this is just an absolutely insane argument, right? I just don't think that the minority can really be looked at to judge anything about someone's community. And I think that unless you really, really have got a very echo chamber-y kind of process, you are going to have... But I mean, also bear in mind, we're not talking about politics, which is hyper-partisan often. We're talking about commentary, and, you know, there aren't partisan lines that people fall down. It often is like, drama A, you'll fall on this side, and drama B, you'll fall on that side, and so on and so on. And your judgment and assessment of it is going to be kind of individualized to each drama. Obviously, you've got some core principles that you think that are going to lead that. But each drama you're going to take as it is and come to a decision on it, you know? Whereas if you're political, it's going to be, oh, the left is saying this and I'm on that side. The right is saying this or I'm on that side, you know? Obviously, personalities come into it, right? So, you know, Willie Mac has a take or Nicholas Diorio has a take. And, you know, you'll maybe go along that lines with it. But then there's times where you think, oh, I don't actually agree with Big Nick here. I don't agree with Willie Mac here. I don't agree with ChudLogic here, whatever, right? So, I mean, this is just a very cancerous mentality that Xanderhal has. And WillyMac is absolutely right as well to point out how fucking deranged and retarded his audience are.
We just, no, I got another clip. This is a lot shorter. I sent you guys a really long one before. I do actually want to...
Before we bring a new clip, do you want to talk about the Keemstar stuff?
Yeah, oh, dude, yeah, hold on. Can we give context to this?
Sure. And by the way, just to break it down, I think what Xander was saying about the Pokemon specifically, and correct me if I'm wrong, Xander, but I think what you're saying is that, yes, we're going at Pokemon for some legit reasons, but you think it's fueled by, like, some inner sort of maybe misogyny or something like that. Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah, I think that, like, a reasonable criticism, like if I were to do a video or two on what Pokimane had done, it would mostly focus on how easy it is to abuse the copyright system and how what she did is pretty bad. But it, like the vast majority, so for example, a lot of the copyright claims and takedowns that Poki did against people were for this big issue that a lot of streamers on Twitch have, particularly big ones, where you'll have these channels on YouTube that'll upload just ripped clips from their stream and then like monetize them. Asmongold had a big problem with this. Pokimane had a big problem with this. In the case of Pokimane, a lot of the videos were things like Pokimane boyfriend, Pokimane ass, and would like put a picture of her standing up in the thumbnail. Yeah. And there are different ways that you can deal with this. What Asmongold did, big streamer, I'm sure you've all heard of him. Yes. What Asmongold did was he basically employed the people who own those channels. I think one of them was making, at one point it was like $80,000 a month or something. Wow. Uploading these clips from Asmongold.
So you're telling me that a man took a different angle that was actually more beneficial to all parties, whereas the woman, I mean, I don't know enough about the Pokemon drama, so I'm a bit far from the hip here, but Pokemon started fucking slamming out DMs. Anyway, I don't know the full extent of the drama, but yeah, it seems like Asmongold had a better idea here.
Asmongold's stream. And so what Asmongold did was he employed them to run his official channel, and he would pay them like a significant cut of the revenue. And a lot of streamers criticized him for this.
The problem with the Pokimane shit, people weren't mad at her for striking down montage clips of her. People were like, yeah, montages of her. People were mad because she was striking down those fucking videos while also just reacting to videos doing nothing at all. She's striking down people for fair use while she's not abiding by fair use.
No, I'd say that what she was doing was absolutely fair use, yeah.
No, it's not, dude. It's fucking not fair use.
Yeah, reactions are fair
there and eating food, that's not a reaction. She wouldn't say shit over a video.
Yeah, that's
it's Susie Lou literally...
Wait a second, so Pokimane reacting to a video eating is fair use, but then, and you'll have to help me a bit here, chat, but Pokimane presumably striking a channel that was a commentary video that had clips of her, did that happen? I'm going to go as if I did, as if it did. That's, you know, bad, but like, oh, it's actually they were trying to solve another issue, so that's why that happened. Right, okay, dude. But Pokimane can sit there munching on noodles or whatever the fuck she eats, and that apparently is fair use.
Got in trouble for this year.
Well, I should clarify that as a socialist, I think that like copyright and the way that it's currently worked around is bullshit anyway. But I'm pretty sure even by the context of fair use, if you're like a streamer and you're
well. You know, I've actually got a completely different set of rules in my own head about this, okay? And I think... Bro, come on, dude. As a socialist. Come on, dude.
You're doing a 9-hour stream, and for like, what, like 10 minutes of it,
no, because they don't take the whole 9-hour stream. They take when you use their content, and if you fucking if you made that your own thing.
So let's say if you're doing like an hour-long video and you show like a 2-minute clip of like an episode of a show,
This guy did just say, John,
is that not transformative?
Say that again.
So let's say somebody makes a 40-minute video analysis on YouTube of an episode of a TV show, and they show like a 1-minute uninterrupted clip of an episode of a show.
You gotta give,
and then they insert,
I'm not a fucking lawyer, right? I only know the cases that have happened, and it's been with Susie Lou and how she's gotten in trouble with copyright, and that's the example.
Doesn't Susie Lou upload like straight ripped reaction videos?
What are you talking? No, I mean it's the
I don't know. I mean,
she uploads full
occasionally
videos,
she'll like cut it, she'll turn it off and be like, "Oh my god, guys!"
Yeah, I mean she still reacts about as much.
I mean,
as
regardless of what you guys think on the situation, I think it's fair to say that the Pokimane situation wasn't a nothing burger like a.
I don't think
there's a lot of discussion to be had there, and a lot of good videos to be made. That isn't just like, oh, I hate Pokimane because she's a female.
Yeah, dude, you just didn't know what the fuck you were talking about in that.
No, I think I do.
Really? Can we fucking play that then?
Sure,
bro. I love the idea that WillyMac And listen, I'm, you know, Willie Mac is not a perfect. I mean, I had some disagreements even with his recent Mr. Beast video. So Willie Mac is not a perfect, beyond reproach individual who gets everything correct. You know, I've got my personal disagreements with some of the takes he's given. But it's just so crazy to me that, you know, I would bet good money that Willie Mac knows way more about this shit because it's his fucking wheelhouse. And Xanderhal is just there. You know? Xanderhal is just there going, I think I know better, actually. I think actually I know better. Right, okay. Come on, bro. Give me a break.
Go ahead.
My God, dude. Hold on. Let me send it to Augie.
All right. And by the way, Chad, just so you know, I'm not really going to be taking much part other than to clarify arguments or, you know, direct the conversation. I'm trying to be as neutral as possible and not make this like some sort of pylon or something like that. So I just want to make that clear.
Xanderholics in chat, in shambles. I mean, you know, yet another person I was way too nice to. Way too nice to. I think I kind of pitied him in a way. I think that was part of it. This kind of pitiful little guy.
During this, but I just feel like with this topic in particular.
Okay, you want me to play bitch ass exe?
.exe, yeah.
What a great name.
These two videos on Pokimane are more or less a extension of the already existing tendency for dudes in this sort of section of YouTube to just like mercilessly go after female Twitch streamers that have like a controversial thing happen, or even if they're just popular, right? Pokimane's a popular figure.
Okay, you're using Leafy as the benchmark. You know, Leafy being like, I think a fairly, well, how do I want to put this? I think even at the time he was considered like a controversial character, right? I don't think Leafy was like the default commentary guy. I think he was considered, you know, controversial. And, you know, not kind of just broadly accepted without question by people. There were, I believe, criticisms of Leafy at the time this was going on, if I recall correctly. But I think the commentary community's take was just like, we want to see him banned. I think him getting banned is bad. But like, still maybe have criticisms of the way he handled things. I don't fucking remember exactly, but you get the point, I think.
But she's also extremely unproblematic. Like, there is not a lot to nitpick at Pokimane for.
Poki, having seen this video,
she is extremely unproblematic.
Decided to use YouTube's copyright system to take the video down, giving Boblax a strike on his channel.
How does it feel to know that I'm gonna take down your video?
No!
Does it hurt your feelings? No. I will say, for this
Hold on,
company...
pause it for a second. Do you know what that clip that it just played
Yeah,
from?
we know exactly what the clip is. It's the guy that was doing the compilation videos of Pokemon.
What were the compilation videos about?
It doesn't matter.
It was the ad, to clarify, it was the ash, it was like Pokemon giant ass compilation or something like that.
It doesn't matter to me at all.
Yeah, well, no, it's the purpose, this is actually a perfect example of what I'm talking about here.
I mean, actually, as we know from Sargon of Akkad, and his case, sometimes clips and the titles can potentially be transformative. So it might not be nice, it might not be pleasant, you know, and certainly there's a conversation to be had about actual misogyny and stuff like that. But I don't know if the DMCA is the right tool to use. And I feel like, you know, it is not the right method with which to go about dealing with that. Because it's not, oh, this person is harassing me in some fashion, in this case, potentially sexually, therefore I'm going to take the video down. You know, that's something that's a TOS issue and should be reported accordingly. You know what I mean? So it's like, and this is the thing that came up with Sargon, is Sargon had used these clips to present a political take, essentially, of two clips with a different title. But, I've got more sympathy for, like, someone seeing something that is potentially sexually harassing and, you know, wanting to take it down and maybe using that tool. But, yeah, I don't know. I think Willie Mac should probably have a better response here. I think there's probably a better response to be had here than it doesn't matter to me. But let's see how it plays out.
You can.
I mean,
have a
I'd
good
rather
faith
just play
criticism.
before I hear what you say.
No,
because
listen to me, because
you're
this
saying it's not
illustrates my
problematic.
point even better.
You're
This
saying it's not
illustrates my
problematic.
point
She's
even
striking
better.
Bo
You
Black's
don't
for
want me
fair
to
use.
talk about it because you're scared.
No,
You're scared
dude,
to talk
I'm
about
down
it.
for you to talk about it. I just want you to
No,
actually play
then let
the
me say
fucking.
it. Then
It's
let
a
me say it. We can
1 minute
finish the
video.
back.
All right. Xander,
You're scared. You're scared. You're scared to talk. Oh my god, dude! What a fucking loser Xanderhal is, bro. You're scared.
You play the 1 minute video before he
hold on.
interrupts because there's 3 things going on here, and he's going to interrupt this.
well,
No, it
he had a
illustrates my
point.
point perfectly.
All right, go
All right.
ahead and then we'll play
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So this actually illustrates my clip perfectly. You can absolutely make a good faith criticism of somebody like Pokimane for abusing copyright at some points without saying, oh,
Wait,
and
that's not what he said though. Wait a second, Xander was changing his position on this because earlier in this other clip he was saying that there's not really. What he said something. The suggestion was that there wasn't really anything to go at Pokimane for, and it's just nitpicking, right? But now he's saying, oh no, there are good criticisms actually. So he's like flipping on his position in this conversation.
And then the way that he edits it is I feel like is pretty telling. Then she put a copyright strike on Bo Black's channel. Pretty shitty, something you can criticize her for. And then shows a clip of her saying she's going to take down a channel of a dude who is uploading straight ripped clips from her stream. And the titles of these clips were things like Pokimane ass, Pokimane boyfriend. Because the dude was uploading videos called Pokimane fat ass and shit.
Dude, who the fuck cares? I upload videos titled "This person's the biggest douchebag."
Because this illustrates the point that I'm
Oh,
making.
I don't know if I like the "who the fuck cares" response. Okay, I think the stronger argument there is, as unpleasant as you find it, right? That's not a copyright issue. If it's a short clip and it's got a title, you know, that's different to the original content, right? You make the copyright argument, even though it's unpleasant. It's a TOS issue then. That's a harassment issue or something like that, you know? That, I think, is the angle that you'd want to take there. Because saying "who the fuck cares" suggests that you maybe don't have an argument to make. When there is an argument to make, that it's not a copyright issue, it is a TOS issue of harassment or something. And, you know, whilst you can still, you know, have a sort of... I mean, I've got sympathy for that, right? More so than someone just viciously, you know... Backseat debating again. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have time machines yet. So I'm not actually able to go back to 2020 and participate in this conversation live, I'm afraid to say. So that's the best I can do is react to the conversation.
Making here that rather than making a good faith criticism of how Pokey abused the copyright and fucked over Bo Black's channel with the strike, instead he shows a clip to try to make her look worse than she actually is by showing her being mean to a guy that was uploading videos that were ripped from her stream called fucking Pokimane fat ass and Pokimane boyfriend revealed and shit.
Dude, the title of the video doesn't matter. It's the content of the video, right? At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Right?
That's what the title does matter when you're clickbaiting people with ripped content from somebody's
for the best, because if you did this debate back then, you would have said some regrettable things. Let's not worry. Don't worry about that.
Stream, like trying to sexualize a streamer.
Listen, DK's right, but he didn't need to say it, okay?
Streamer gets upset about it and tries to take them down. I think it's understandably
but she's actually
angry.
Dude, you're saying it's because he's stealing her content, right? That's why she could take it down.
Stealing her content? Well, yeah, the fair use part, she can absolutely take down his content. But not only that, she has a right to be angry and a bitch about it as she does it, because the dude was uploading videos like about her ass.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, I just think it's a fucking funny meme. I think people can upload whatever the fuck they want on the internet. I don't get really up in arms about somebody being like,
I agree.
Hey,
I think people should be able to upload whatever the fuck they want on the internet.
Yeah, okay. Right, we wanted to change the stream title because WillyMac is not mogging here, I must say. You know, I feel like there is a strong argument to make, but he's not really making it, and he's just doing this kind of like I don't care shit, which is gay. Whereas he could just say it's not a copyright issue, it's a TOS issue. Because yeah, she doesn't have a right to take it down for copyright because it could be fair use. It then becomes a TOS issue that you have to pursue. And if it's not against TOS, it might suck and you might not like it, but you know, that's just, I don't know what to tell you.
Too, I hate copyright. Problem is, we don't live in a world without copyright. Unfortunately, we live.
No,
in a
but you're talking about
but
like
we're talking about reality right now.
Yeah, I don't really care if somebody uploads something about a fat ass. I'm about that shit.
So you don't think it's reasonable for her to be upset about that?
No, I think it's reasonable to be upset, but I think for her to sit there and like tantalize him on live stream, being like, "I'm going to take this down," while she does not abide by fair use either when reacting to videos, I think that makes her a hypocrite. That's where I'm coming at this from. If we're coming at it from like some different angle, then I think I just don't agree with it. But
so sure, we can go into the hypocrite argument, but what I'm talking about right now is you're saying she sounds like a bitch while she does it, and I'm trying to justify why she sounds like a bitch and why it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you think it's fine, then we're just going to disagree. I'm fine to move
let's talk about Keemstar.
All right, sure. All right.
Willie, is there a clip you want to play about that, or did you want to
get... The Pokemon stuff doesn't stop there. The point is, she was doing a lot more than this one fucking thing.
Oh my god, dude. Augie is trying to be fair, but he's like kind of stitching WillyMac up here, isn't he? Chud silent on the hypocrisy hunting. It's not hypocrisy hunting. Hypocrisy hunting is trying to, you know, dig and find some sort of hypocrisy that exists beyond like reasonable presentation, say, right? So, or even manipulating or lying about what someone has said to present the image of hypocrisy. But this is very clear and explicit. Pokimane does, you know, reacts where I'm guessing it's a San style react, right? But then we'll take down others because they upload content that, if anything, is arguably more fair use because it personally upsets them, right? I mean, that's the hypocrisy. And then also, as I said earlier, the DMCA isn't the right tool to do that. So maybe more sympathetic to that perspective, but still not the right tool.
To play the rest?
Blacks, yeah. She took this guy's sponsor away.
Let me play this.
Because she was mad. I mean, that's not nothing. That's not a nothing burger, Xander. That's not what you boiled it down to.
All right, let me finish this right here. This.
Do you at least admit that, Xander?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm waiting for the clip to play.
Do you at least admit that then?
Admit what?
That it's not a nothing burger? Like she was doing a bunch of fucked up shit and she's the only guy that was doing that sort of shit?
I don't know if she's a guy, but no.
Well, you know what I mean, right?
No, I highly doubt she was the only person around that time.
Can you name a single other person?
No, I'm just a pretty safe guessing that she wasn't the only one abusing copyright.
You can't name anybody. How the fuck
I can guarantee.
How brain dead your fucking audience.
Okay. Also, dude, okay, WillyMac is mogging again, right? I mean, sure, there's probably people that are like, you know, using the copyright system in criticizable ways, but we're talking about like Pokimane, who's a massive streamer. Also, another thing I thought of, are there better examples of Pokimane doing this? No? I can't fucking remember. I don't know the details on this. We don't want to get down a massive rabbit hole. Just tell me, chat, and then we'll continue on.
I have a problem with you, man.
How often do you think the copyright system on YouTube gets abused?
Yeah, pretty often, but rarely does it happen where a streamer goes.
Xanderhal's 100% correct here. Okay, so who at the time was abusing copyright or misusing copyright at the time that Pokimane was that wasn't getting criticized exactly? Like, I just, you know, having seen, in some cases, I think, excessive criticisms of, like, content ID and stuff like that, I just don't believe that there's someone that has got a similar sized profile who was doing this that wasn't getting criticized. I don't buy that. To change my mind, you need to point out the people that were.
Goes on stream and says, I'm going to take your sponsorship away. That's pretty rare.
I mean, we can talk about the sponsorship thing. I don't really think that was as big of a deal as you're making it out to be.
Really?
All right, let me play the video for context, and then we can talk about this.
Sponsor a video that's literally 20 minutes of talking shit about me? If I ever see you in my inbox, on site. On fucking site.
And it's weird because Pokimane is so unproblematic. Like, she's pretty universally liked, especially on Twitch. So
she's unproblematic. She's universally liked, especially on Twitch. But now, in this conversation, he's saying, well, no, there are things to criticize her for. So, which is it? Exactly. It can't be both, can it?
It's weird to go after her. This is something that YouTubers don't seem to understand. They seem to think that just like ripping a streamer's content and uploading it without any transformation, like no commentary in it, and just like ripping it up and cutting clips up and putting it down as like transformative content. It's not. Legally, It is not. You are violating that streamer's intellectual property.
And that's where the clip ends.
Yeah,
okay, cool. So do you want us to talk about sponsors or do you want to talk about video reactions?
No, just that the Pokimane shit wasn't a nut. Like, you literally covered that so horribly. It's embarrassing. I'm not here to discuss Pokemon.
I want to go over point by point. You're trying to paint with a broad brush. I want to go over point by point.
All right, my point is you dumbed the entire situation down to people hate her because she's a girl.
Trying to characterize it as people hate her because she's a girl is a very, very oversimplification of my position. My position is that Pokimane has done things that warrant criticism, and that the criticism that she's received is way...
Bro, this guy is just lying here. That's not what he said. He said she's unproblematic and she's well liked. Unless there's some other clip that isn't here of him saying, actually, she does deserve some criticism.
Way overblown, because I think a lot of people
that's not
online,
what you said. You literally
because
said
I think a lot of people online kind of hate them a little bit.
You said she's very unproblematic.
Yes.
Unproblematic.
Generally, if we're talking about like being an online figure, Pokimane's been pretty damn careful about being an unproblematic figure. Absolutely. Like besides the copyright trauma shit and the shit that you guys have
besides the shit you got in trouble, unproblematic. You could say that with everybody.
Absolutely.
Literally say that with anybody.
Okay.
Generally, when it comes to online
Okay. WillyMac is mogging again. Excellent news.
Figures, they are constantly getting into drama. They're like, I would say that most.
Can we just move on to how fucking shit this guy's arguments are, dude?
I mean, everybody in my chat at least is making fun of you for being extremely angry right now.
Dude, I know.
You get to make a single valid argument.
Really? What the Pokimane shit was a nothing burger.
I think Willy's argument of you downplaying it is pretty sound. I mean, you said it was a huge nothing burger. I disagree, but also on the same token, I do agree with you slightly, Xanderhal, that like certain creators did overblow the situation, particularly just for money. Like Leafy's a great example.
Yeah.
Bro. Bo Black? Dude. This is the worst person. This is the last person I want to hear say this. Are you fucking serious, bro? Give me a fucking break, Bo Black, you autistic little freak. Where is it? What? Yeah, true. There are definitely people that, you know, went overboard. I would agree with that. In fact, one creator that I think you could fairly levy that criticism at is Boblax. What's this? 9-hour, 20-minute video. Why Pokimane is so hated. Is this guy serious? Is this guy for real? That he thinks he's got any fucking place to make that sort of criticism when he's fucking milking from the same teat?
How the turns have tabled. Xander mogs Hassan in H3 debate with XQC about copyright with no commentary re-upload argument.
Thank you for the $5. God, he's such a little wretch, isn't he? God, fucking hell, dude. I don't know, dude. It just feels like he's like. It just feels a bit like if he wants to make an argument that goes against Willy or whatever, it's fine. But like to go make an argument that goes against Willy, and also he's a total fucking obvious hypocrite on it. Fuck me, dude. Just insane.
Yeah, he made too many videos on her, but I do think she did enough stuff to warrant like at least 1 or 2 videos. Like it is a nothing burger, but it was overblown by some creators.
You know, I think it's fine.
So right down the middle,
I guess if I want to appeal to you for a second, I'll tell you what my position on this is.
Honestly, Bo Black should shut the fuck up. Okay, like this is making it more of a 2v1, and you don't need 2v1 against this guy. Just let WillyMac speak his fucking truth. Okay, this is total cancer.
Seeing what Pokimane did, my response would probably be something along the lines of, that was really shitty what she did to Boblax's channel. And like, I guess she's done a few other instances where she abused copyright, like with like, who was the other dude? Where she like talked to her manager, and the manager told her that it was fine to copyright strike it or to submit a copyright claim.
I think that's also me.
Was that also, or was that, okay, that was just you, okay. Yeah, no, I think probably the biggest thing to go after her for, the most valid thing in my opinion, would be what she did to Boblax. But besides that, she's not.
Oh yeah, so you mentioned the Gundam thing. So you fill me in a bit without me having to go and watch a fucking 20-minute video about it. So It's a Gundam made a video criticizing Pokimane, and I know It's a Gundam's content. It's a Gundam is, you know, a kind of right-wing guy, like kind of anti-SJW type, but I don't think he's like particularly egregious in how he goes about it. He tends to be fairly reasonable in terms of what he says. right? I don't think he's like being super misogynistic all the time and calling them a slut or whatever, right? Probably some jokes, probably some memes. And Pokimane, what, struck his channel? Is that right? Oh, contacted the sponsors. Really?
Not all that problematic of a content creator. Like most people online that have a large following, especially the size of Pokimane, are constantly unraveled in drama. I'm like a fraction of Pokimane's notoriety, and I'm always in drama with my own community. The rest of the left fucking goes after me all the time for not being as lefty as they are.
Dude,
I'm
the fuck at? Dude, can we get to the point? I'm not fucking here to hear this shit.
Yeah, but I mean, Xander, don't you think you're downplaying it in the same way?
Oh my god, dude, the fucking Destiny skinwalking from Xanderhal is crazy. Why are you so mad? Bro, he's gonna be plugged up gobbling cocks before you know it at this rate. But yeah, dude, why are you so mad? Like, as if WillyMac is mad here. Like, what the fuck, dude? Dude, it's such cancer. Are you mad? 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 You know, just this constant effort. Dude, I've probably been guilty of this in the past, okay? Like, he was without sin cast the first stone, I guess. But it is a very cancerous, like, breadtube-esque debate tactic at this point, I think. Old debate tactic to try and present the image that your opposition is mad as if it's some sort of point. Totally cancerous, you know, comes across as just very gay.
Other people upplay it though. Like
Not
I feel
exactly. I think you can make like a video on it and talk about how shitty it is. But like with the cases of what I've seen, it seemed like people were making videos every single time she tweeted or some shit. I feel like a lot of people went way overboard on it. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's a reference probably to the daily commentary channels. I mean, you know, again, I think that Xander was stepping into this and not understanding that you've got like daily commentary channels and they will just make a video about a tweet, and then you've got like, you know, more edited pieces, which are like 20 minutes long. And then you've got like longer video. Do you know what I mean? There's like different types of content and they sit in different kind of areas of the commentary space, so to speak. So, I guess the question for me always is like, who decides what is, no, it's not who decides. It's more, it's like, you know it when you see it, right? And I think Pegasus is a good example of like, okay, yeah, he's gone quite overboard in how he's covered the Mr. Beast stuff. But even that, I don't really care about covering something a lot. Is what they're saying correct? Is what they're saying true? You know, are they making reasonable inferences or something, you know? So it's like, it doesn't really matter how many videos they make or what they choose to make a video about. Is what they're saying true, accurate, and correct?
Oh, it just seems really, really overblown.
Yeah, it was people fucking milking it for sure, but that's with like any drama, right? I mean, it's not because she's a woman.
I think it has a part in it. I feel like most people, it's hard to describe because this doesn't have to be a conscious. So hold on, let me explain this.
Bro, big creator. They're a big creator. They've got a lot of attention on them. A lot of it is positive. A lot of it, sometimes, is negative. That's the fucking nature of it. It's not to do with being a woman. There's loads of male creators that have got tons of attention paid to them. Regularly, repeatedly, endlessly. The most recent example, of course, is Jimmy, Mr. Beast.
Because this is going to sound super SJWE. It can be hard to characterize people's biases without making it sound like you're accusing them of being outright sexist and hating women. I think a lot of people on the internet probably have like some biases that are kind of like misogynistic. Even if you're like pretty left-leaning, even if you're a progressive person, I feel like that's something that people have to acknowledge, and that can be sort of an internal motivation for how hard they might go against a certain figure. And I feel like that's definitely the case, particularly in Leafy's case.
But for every female person or streamer, whoever you name, there's literally 10 times more guys getting in trouble for the same,
because there's more male online figures than there are female online figures.
So it just happens to be like pretty evened out. So if I would say if it's an even ratio, I would say it's an even ratio at all.
I wouldn't say it's an even ratio at all. I mean, like, look, we can talk about like
bro. This is 2020. You need to remind me because I wasn't paying that much attention to it. But wasn't this sort of around the era that like tons of videos came out about Ethan Klein, or was that a bit earlier? Yeah, dude, it just seems totally nonsensical. Like, to be fair, I like to be fair. I think it's true that women, you know, there is sometimes. Well, it's kind of like Leafy. Leafy probably was saying shit and talking shit about Pokemon being a woman and stuff, right? There's some creators that do take a more misogynistic tact, but I think they think that's broad, and I think some people are not even, you know, considering the misogyny piece. They're just thinking this is a big creator that's done something I want to talk about and criticize, you know? Because then there's other creators where I think, you know, they get criticized the same, and they're men. Yeah, stupid criticism, dumb, not true.
I can draw an example.
You're just talking circles.
You're getting blown out. That's why you want to move on to the next thing.
Dude, you literally just backpedal, talking circles, and go, I wouldn't say that, and then you provide no evidence.
I'm not letting you pivot, my dude.
Zero evidence for anything,
my dude. I'm sorry.
I'm not letting you pivot. Oh my god, dude. Bro. You know what's funny about this? Aiden still does this shit to this day. This is Aiden's debate style today.
I'm not letting you pivot, my dude. So I can
draw
a direct example.
You literally are going backwards and provide an example.
On the same topic.
Provide an example.
I can draw a direct example. We can talk about the thing with what's her name? The that one streamer who did the subdomy thing.
Invader V.
Invader V, yeah. So with Invader V, people got really mad about what she said, even though that was definitely a nothing burger. And I've seen your arguments about that.
I mean, I can't think of any commentator who talked about it outside of Kavas, but I don't know.
Wait, Boblax and Augie talked about it.
Oh, then I didn't see it. Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Wait, dude. I feel like anytime a creator acts obnoxiously about getting support, they get criticized. It happened to Invader V. It happened to DS. I mean, bro, dude, this is such a stupid argument, right? Some of the biggest creators, who, in your opinion, are the biggest creators that get heavily criticized for the kind of e-begging or being obnoxious about support shtick? Who are the people that come to mind when you or who is, I guess, one particular person that comes to mind when we're talking about obnoxiously asking for support? I'm thinking of DSP, personally. I'm thinking of DSP. There's different names in chat. I'm thinking of DSP, who is a man, who's male, right? Like, there is entire endless fucking segments endlessly talking about it. There's like whole e-begging compilations of DSP. So clearly people have a problem with people being obnoxious about it. And I think Invader V got, you know, some fair criticism for being obnoxious about, you know, wanting $5 or whatever, you know. I don't know.
Talked about it.
I mean, dude, to be fair, Boblack talks about anything that's big.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. But you guys went over it pretty hard.
That's not comparable to Pokemon. What I'm saying, though.
That's not the point. The point that I'm making is that people got really fucking angry about that, and at the same time, there are shit tons of male streamers who do the same thing and will say the exact same shit. Hell, there are streamers. One of my favorite streamers. He's fairly large. He gets a few thousand viewers. His name's T-Hump. He'll ban people in his chat if they say something that pisses him off and they don't sub quickly enough. If they say something that pisses him off, he'll be like, subscribe or donate in the next 5 minutes or you're banned.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know.
You never see videos about people doing that kind of shit.
I don't know the context of this stuff, dude, so I can't really...
I'm giving you the context.
Okay, the difference is that, you know, it's off the top of my head, but that Invader V person was being like an obnoxious, like, it was like very talking down to someone and shit like that, right? I can't fucking remember the details of it. But in any case, I mean, this just sounds more funny and comedic, I guess. I don't know. Maybe there's something you could say of like, you know, in the same exact situation, perhaps the woman might get a bit of stick and called a bitch or something. I don't fucking know, dude. But in any case, I don't even know who this person is. I need to put the clips side by side. And again, you know, I'm not sure if this guy has ever had like viral clips of him talking or something, you know? Whereas this Invader V clip went viral. Obviously, you know, this is the other aspect too. There's other contexts here which aren't being taken into account, like the virality of a clip. If a clip goes viral, people are going to make content about it. Someone could be a total shitter and it never gets paid any attention because it never goes viral. But if it did, perhaps, maybe, it might get the same level of criticism. But without putting them in the same situation, it's difficult to know. That being said, to be fair, you know, I'm not going to deny that there's some people that probably would go to town on someone that's a woman and not on a man. But that's more of an individual creator thing, you know. And I think broadly, I don't think these arguments really stand. And yes, exactly. Why didn't you talk about this thing that nobody heard about? Oh, this creator that you've never heard of. Why didn't you make a video about that? Dude.
right now. The point that I'm making right now is that there seems to be a psychological tendency for a lot of dudes online to perceive something that a woman might say as a joke as being like a bitchy, condescending statement, while when a dude says it, it's not as bad. This has been like massively studied in psychology.
Your perception of shit is so fucking bad. We just watched the Pokemon drama. You literally
just cited you a direct example of when people. I literally cited you a direct example of when people.
Pogi was criticised for more petty stuff compared to Mr. Beast. Okay, dude. You're really gonna try and fucking piss on my boots and tell me it's raining? Yes, Mr. Beast, every single criticism made of him has been totally substantive and with complete merit, hasn't it? No trivial shit there. No trivial shit there. Dude, come on, bro.
People in the drama community did this. There is a well-known psychological tendency for dudes to perceive sort of like a condescending joke that comes from a woman as bitchy, but if a dude does it, they recognize it obviously.
Okay, but okay, dude, this is getting all genderized now. I think the reason for that is a product of the way that women and men speak. Men tend to speak with a more authoritative, direct, and lower pitched voice, so it comes across differently to when a woman does it. I think the actual nature of the way it's communicated has an impact too. And even that, beyond that, whatever this psychology shit he's spouting, I don't fucking see it. I don't fucking agree with it or know what he's talking about, and I wouldn't trust this guy to quote any fucking studies. But in any case, sure, there probably is some discrepancy there, but some of that is a product of the way in which, men and women have different ways of communicating, right?
Right. People didn't know if she was joking, right? That's why she got in trouble. Again, I don't really know. It's not like
the point that people can't tell. So yeah, the point that people can't tell is what I'm arguing. That's my point.
At what point does that fall on her if she doesn't?
Yeah, and also if he wants to make this thing about psychology and people perceive men and women differently, well, that's a societal. Exactly. Good point, Dickers. That's a societal-based issue, and I don't really think it's fair or reasonable to, hold to task a community that hard when the dynamics that they're exhibiting are a product of this broader societal issue. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you can talk about it, but it's not unique to the commentary community then. It's an issue of society, so why are you making out like this is solely a commentary community issue?
The joke across.
I'm not arguing who should be to blame for it. I'm arguing that there is a psychological tendency for a lot of dudes to not be able to perceive whenever a woman's making a condescending joke or when she's being serious.
All right, I'm assuming your favorite streamer, whatever this guy's name is, right? I'm assuming when he makes this thing, is it a joke or is he serious?
No, he does actually ban people from chat when he does it, but it's funny. That's the point.
Yeah, so it's meant to be funny or something. Is it like, yeah, I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
I can't talk about it.
I mean, look, I'm not really supposed to be speaking here, but I'll say like Wings of Redemption. That's like a direct line from him as well. And fuck, look, dude, so many people go after Wings.
Yes.
Yeah, but Wings of Redemption and Darkside Phil aren't really.
Every time we name a guy streamer, I love how it's dismissed somehow.
No. Yes, dude, that's, oh my god. Two great examples that go against this point, and that gets somehow dismissed. Well, no, it's going directly against your point. Literal, what does it matter? What does it matter whether or not they're a fucking lolcow? What difference does that make? It's a man who is getting criticized by people for engaging in this behavior.
No, because Wings of Redemption.
It's cool. I'm ready to move on, dude.
Wings of Redemption and Darkside Phil, in particular, have built an entire community online around shitting on them. These aren't really comparable because their whole audience, like their whole
however
identity.
You want to write it off, I don't care, dude.
Okay, but how did that audience build? How did that audience build around them? Because they engaged in these behaviors and people didn't like it and criticized it. And then later you get the community of people that just want to shit on them. Right? Oh my god, this dude is so fucking retarded, bro. Right? Why do you think they've got big communities around them? Because, yes, there's other behavior they engage in early, but also this obnoxious e-begging behavior is a big part of why people like Darkside Phil grew this following.
Okay.
Do you disagree with the idea that these two people have built entire communities off of just being like?
I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about them, but it just seems like you write everything off when.
Wait, are you like a commentary drama dude?
Yeah, but Wings of Redemption, I don't even know how big that guy is. What, is he gonna have like 100,000 subs?
I'm pretty sure he does, and they're like all hate followers. That's the whole point. The example that you gave right now is somebody whose entire following is based off of how much people hate him on the internet.
I mean, I didn't give that.
There are entire message boards online about shitting on this dude. That's his entire thing. You've used this.
Okay. Well, does that not, if an entire message board has been formed around a man, okay? Do you not think that speaks a bit to the fact that there's, you know, people who are men that are engaged in these behaviors are getting way more criticized? What? Bro. Okay, dude. Just finding whatever fucking retarded argumentation he can to write off. If a fucking retard did it in chat as well. Oh, they're lolcows. What fucking difference does that make? How many female lolcows are there? There's Chris Chan. I don't know, dude. There are parts of the message board that have more focus on women and T people and stuff like that. But I think that, yeah, the big main lolcows tend to be men, right?
Term against me on Twitter, which is pretty funny because it's 2020. Lolcow. The term lolcow, I'm pretty sure, basically originates from shitting on, like, there are 3 particular people that built this level of ire and built an entire community off of shitting on them. Wings of Redemption, Darkside Phil, and Christine Weston Chandler. These 3 figures are where that term comes from. And you use that term against me on Twitter. The example that you gave, the entire online presence is about shitting on them.
What the fuck is asking about this shit?
Because you brought up the example of Darkside.
I did not bring that up. That was literally Augie. I didn't bring it up at all.
To be fair, I did bring up that example.
You brought him up. Okay, I mixed up your
words. All right, listen, let me break this down, all right? So Xanderhal thinks that we're going after Pokemon because there's, or not us specifically, well, maybe us specifically, I don't know. Yeah.
Pokemon more than is necessary.
You guys,
yeah, sure.
You guys gotta run.
But you walked it back to that.
All right, but you guys have run this in circles for a bit. I don't think y'all are gonna agree.
I haven't run back anything, by the way, Willie. Nice try, though, bud.
You literally did. You said it was nothing, and then you literally were like, "Oh, it was about copyright."
Yeah.
Oh, they're probably
let's move on. Let's move on.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's good to get that on the record, so to speak. But I mean, yeah, that is exactly what's happened. Xandal said, you know, there's nothing, essentially, paraphrasing a bit, but he said, like, you know, it's nitpicking, essentially. But then in this conversation, he's saying, well, no, there is substantive things to go after. So he has changed his view on that.
Move on.
Yeah, it was that. So it's cool. I'll move on. Can we click on the next one? This is like some of the amazing arguments Xanderhal makes on his
Is it called
channel.
One Great Argument EXE?
Yep, One Great Argument EXE.
We need to reach out to like the commentary community, the drama community,
this clip.
so on and so on.
Yes.
And sort of try to show them the right arguments and show them why our political views are the better ones.
Like, at the end of the day, your personal beliefs on things really oftentimes aren't that big of a deal, to be honest. Like, they...
Okay. Whew. All right, this is a interesting take here. All right, hold on. I gotta internalize this argument really quickly. So no, your political beliefs do matter. Let's say, for example, you're watching a YouTuber, let's say a gaming YouTuber. You really enjoy this gaming YouTuber, you watch him a lot, and you find out that he likes slavery. He wants slavery back. He wants black people to be enslaved. He wants gay people sent off to, like, concentration camps and whatnot.
Jesus.
This is what this
What are you on
particular
D-Live? Like,
hypothetical
where you
person
find these
believes.
people?
And he doesn't usually talk about politics, but then he just decides to bring it up once, and that's his beliefs. Show them...
That's me on my gaming streams, by the way.
The right arguments and show them why our political views are the better ones. The problem is, even the statement, I don't want to get political or I want to avoid politics, is like a political statement.
Also, I mean, just engaging with the concept there, right? Like, it may be that if you're personally affected by that in some way, that might emotionally upset you or something. But if it's not something that bleeds into his content and he just talks about gaming and you happen to find out he's got these views, I mean, feasibly, particularly if you're white like me, you could watch his videos, no problem. I mean, what would it matter? That you watch his video and you think, oh, damn, this guy likes slavery, though. Really? Or would you just watch the video and be like, oh, listen, he may want to get my people back in chains, but he doesn't half make a good Minecraft video, so I'm going to keep watching him.
because whether you mean it or not, this is sort of like a tacit endorsement of how things currently are, right? Like you're just kind of okay with the status quo. You don't really want to like get
but there's
involved.
a lot of dramas that are completely unrelated to politics. Like for example, James Charles versus H3 on their merge. Is that political at all? I mean, not really.
I mean, isn't James Charles gay? Like, if there are people on H3's side that are attacking James Charles because he's gay, then that would be fairly political.
No, that's not happening.
Show them the right.
What? Oh, some people are attacking James Charles because he's gay. All of a sudden, it's political. Oh, I notice here. Oh, there's a couple of comments calling James Charles the F-slur. Well,
okay, that's wonderful.
Shame there to make it political, I guess.
Off depressed people.
Chud's tendencies haven't scared off the turfs.
Thank you for the $10. Appreciate it.
Arguments and show them why our political
Are you just like playing the same clip over and over again?
Of the next.
Oh my god, dude. Bro. Yes, that is the purpose, is you replay the same clip as a comedic device to undermine the fact that they're making stupid arguments. Oh my god, dude, it's so stupid.
Alt-right rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is the drama community.
Wait, what was that?
Our political
Are you just like playing the same
ones.
clip
Who will
over
be the
and
start
over again?
Of the next alt-right rabbit hole?
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is the drama community on YouTube is going to be where it starts, where the wave starts to rise again with the reactionary politics. I feel like
The Fourth Reich will commence again, all from my channel. Let's go! We got Hitler's reincarnated corpse coming on stream later to talk about the Jews. Let's fucking have at it.
Reactionary politics throughout history, ranging anything from just like your general sort of fasci, like, you know, or tradcon conservative shit to full on like fascism, seems to occur and get popular in waves.
I can literally defend every point I've made here. You want to go over it?
Well, yeah, I wanted to see this part because this part's funny.
Like, occasionally it gets really unpopular and everyone's fighting against it, and then it gets really popular again, and anybody who speaks out against it gets crushed by the media. Do you guys remember back after 9/11 when any public figure who spoke out against the war with Iraq would get completely shit on? Do you remember what happened when the Dixie Chicks spoke out against the Iraq war? Who remembers?
Yeah,
we need to reach out to...
Wait, what has that got to do with fascism? Wait, what? What has that got to do with fascism? I mean, the Iraq war and the stuff around that could best be defined as a product of neoconservatism, not fascism. What? Right.
That was a thing that happened. I gave a direct example of when popular celebrities spoke out against a war that was being pushed very heavily by our imperialist state because of 9/11, and they didn't support a war with the wrong country, and they got shit on. They got what's the word for it? They got boycotted and shit on. Like, why would you want to show that last clip? I was literally right about an exact real world example of when this happened.
Yeah, and how does that relate to commentary?
What?
Yeah, you were relating that to commentary.
I was talking about how fascism gets popular and then gets unpopular and gets popular.
Yeah, but you were saying it.
How do people getting criticized for not liking the Iraq war relate to fascism in any way or shape or form? Yeah, they lost their record deal and that sucks. I disagree with that. I think it's wrong. But I don't think it's anything to do with fucking fascism. You've made a unpopular public statement on the basis of current public sentiment, and it's resulted in a consequence, which I think is wrong, by the way, as a result of that. But the thing you're criticizing is nothing to do with fascism. The Iraq war was not fascism, okay? I mean, if anything, right? If anything, if you really wanted to get into the weeds with this, you could argue that the Iraq war was actually an anti-fascist war. Because, you know, Saddam Hussein and Iraq was sort of a quasi-fascist Islamist state. So, if anything, it was an anti-fascist war, if you really wanted to get into the weeds with it, right? But no, there's not anything to do with fucking fascism. You know, it's neoconservatism. It's, you know, fucking dude, I don't know all the fucking right words for it, but it's like, you know, strong geopolitical show of force, whatever fucking the shit is. You know, that's what that is. It's not fascism.
It starts with commentary. That's what you were
Wait,
making that
are you
comparison
incapable of
to.
understanding a line of dialogue?
Dude, you're the one who said it. We just watched it. We literally just watched the clip.
I was talking about the popularity of fascism.
Globalism.
I don't know, dude. I felt like I followed that pretty well.
You did something there. Okay, listen. All right, let's go through here. We want to go back to the first clip and we'll work our way through the video that you just posted. All right, so we'll start with Optimus's argument that your people's political opinions don't actually matter. I heavily disagree with that. I don't believe that. Maybe you disagree with this, but I personally don't think I could be friends with somebody who has inherently opposing political views than me.
Yeah, that's pro-slavery. I agree.
Or being against just general egalitarian.
I wouldn't be friends with anybody that's fucking pro-slavery. The problem is that's a completely dishonest argument to make, right? You're making a completely dishonest argument there.
Okay, so I think it's pretty obvious if somebody doesn't like the same ice cream flavor as me, or maybe they prefer Biden
dude,
to.
Who has the political belief of being pro-slavery?
I don't know, dude. I imagine there are no large popular online or offline figures.
Okay, but this is supposed to be about commentary, right? So I think the thing is, and this is the cancerous thing that happens with hypotheticals, someone proposes some absurd hypothetical, and then when it's like, okay, but like, how is that relevant to this particular thing you're talking about? It's, oh, you're not going to engage the hypothetical. I'm just making a hypothetical. And it's like, well, no, but you're saying the commentary community, and then you're talking about this theorized person that has got these pro-slavery takes. And it's like, who exactly would you be referring to with that? Or who is close to your example to make this relevant to bring in as a discussion about the commentary community, you know? Because in 2020, I mean, I can't really think of anyone that had like an unironic pro-slavery take. Right? I mean, what?
Right now that believe slavery should come back. I'm sure that doesn't happen at all.
In commentary, though. In commentary,
yes.
Who we're talking about?
I wasn't talking about commentary in that clip.
Not sure. Who's the pro-slavery people?
Who's the pro-slavery people?
Yeah, that we should all be talking about.
Sure. Richard Spencer. Apparently, fucking. I would imagine JonTron. The dude wants a white ethno state.
JonTron is pro-slavery.
JonTron, bro. JonTron. Oh, the guy that Destiny debated in what, 2017? And it, dude. Yeah, guys, JonTron. Oh, yeah, let's talk about how bad JonTron is in 2020. I mean, bro, JonTron was like fucking raped and feased at that point. And also, secondly, I don't even think that JonTron supports slavery. I don't think JonTron's a slavery supporter. And Richard Spencer is an alt-right commentator. What, you know, now he's more of a fake lib, pretending he loves Biden or whatever. But back then he was like a full-on alt-right commentator. He was nothing to do with nothing to do with commentary whatsoever. Why would you expect a commentary channel who generally covers internet drama and influencer stuff to talk about Richard Spencer, bro? Hey guys, it's me, ChudLogic. I'm here today to fill you in on the fucking juicy drama that's been happening with Richard Spencer. They say he wants to set up an ethno state. Let's find out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
No, yeah, probably. I mean, the dude wants a white ethno state. Maybe, like, the difference between wanting to ship people...
Dude, this just sounds so fucking ridiculous. It sounds so fucking crazy.
Knowing definitively. That's like an extreme...
It's so wild, bro.
JonTron argued in favor of a white ethno state with Destiny. Okay? The dude's
JonTron was in a debate where he was clearly talking about shit he knew nothing about, right?
That doesn't matter. I don't care.
Yeah, but dude, that's where you're gonna fuck up and say something you don't mean. So he was in way over his head because he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Wait, how do you fuck up and accidentally become a white nationalist?
Dude, because he probably did. I don't think he fucking meant that, right? He instantly went on afterwards and was like, yeah, I was just going down like I was just way out of my league. I got nervous. Like, that was his excuse. You think he believes in slavery?
How do you get nervous and accidentally become a white nationalist?
Hold on, dude. One, I can't defend JonTron because I don't know that situation super well, dude. I guess I'm saying is you can't.
But like, am I missing something here? Was JonTron like in with the commentary people in 2020? Was he doing things that should have elicited responses and videos about him in 2020? I thought that he had that debate with Destiny back in 2017, I think, and he got like heavily criticized for it. It caused all the fucking drama, etc. And then that was kind of it. JonTron went back to his gaming videos, but I don't think he ever cropped up as like someone in drama that the commentary channel would kind of naturally cover, or that he was even friends with these people and knew them.
Optimus, what Optimus is saying there is that Generally, I don't think people's politics matter. And you going to slavery on him is a completely dishonest argument. And now you're making a kind of a dishonest argument towards JonTron. The dude's not even how can I speak for JonTron on slavery?
Yeah, I don't care about JonTron. I don't know you're right. Yeah, no, I think people's political opinions matter. Like, that's the whole point. I used it in
Dude, but why is slavery the example you use? That's a completely dishonest argument.
How is it a dishonest argument? It's hyperbole.
Dude, because what the fuck
Using hyperbole
slavery got fucking shit to do.
Because whether or not slavery should exist is a political opinion?
That's a political opinion?
Yeah, that is a political
that's
opinion.
just fucking dude, you got a huge you always turn shit that's common sense into and you just call it a political opinion.
I agree.
Dude, that's fucking common sense.
I agree. Slavery.
Wait, okay, bro. Okay, WillyMac's losing me here. What is he saying here? I didn't hear it though. Let me just double check.
Dishonest argument.
How is it a dishonest argument? It's hyperbole.
Dude, because what the fuck
Using hyperbole
slavery got fucking shit to do.
Because whether or not slavery should exist is a political opinion?
That's a political opinion?
Yeah, that is a political opinion.
That's just fucking
Yes, okay, Willy, that is really retarded. Yes, obviously, the existence of slavery and whether it's acceptable is 100% a fucking political opinion. I don't know if this guy went to school or not, right? But, you know, yeah, there was a lot of politics that happened over the abolition of slavery just a few hundred years ago. So, I don't know, man. Like, the common sense thing is fucking dumb. Like, he's not doing a good job here. I must be fair. But, yeah, sure. That's probably a better way of tackling it, right? Is like, you know, sure, it's a political opinion, but it's not a particularly relevant current political opinion that is hotly debated. So it seems dishonest to use that to invoke the worst example to paint commentary, you know, as being... Or to paint someone that exists having the slavery perspective. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like you go down that angle with it, that it's not really a current relevant political topic, rather than it's common sense.
Dude, you got a huge... You always turn shit that's common sense into... And you just call it a political opinion.
I agree.
Dude, that's fucking common sense.
I agree. Slavery...
Nobody but is pro-fucking slavery.
I mean, fucking large figures like...
And also, the point he makes there is true. Like, what figures can you think of that are unironically pro-slavery? Like, I just don't think that is like a meaningful, realistic perspective that people generally have. That is total, like, whack job shit. That's the kind of shit that some fucking nutter on X spouts about. But, you know. Trump.
Richard Spencer are.
Dude, but these guys are largely irrelevant.
Also, wait a second. I don't even think Richard Spencer is pro-slavery. God, I'm going to have to sweep for fucking the alt-right guys now. I don't think that even Richard Spencer is fucking pro-slavery, bro.
To the mainstream.
They were a couple years ago. Not to mention Nick Fuentes is still relevant, and he's in favor of...
I've never fucking heard of these. I don't know anything about these fucking
Yeah, maybe
people.
you should educate yourself before going after a political figure then.
Dude, you were completely...
So, yeah, so Xanderhal's making the argument that you need to go out of your area of interest and start making videos about Richard Spencer, I think is what he's trying to say, right? I mean, unless I'm missing something. Or is he still trying to argue that, you know, this is a fair hypothetical because there's a spate of creators that are pro-slavery? Okay, D.
Wrapped around these people that have way more... You think they have way more power than they do. Like, when I watched your Leafy
Richard
video...
Spencer literally...
When I watched your Leafy video, you literally said, imagine the good Leafy could do if he went after Nazis instead of cringy kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, isn't that just kind of a stupid fucking thing?
Oh my god, dude. Did Xanderhal really... Deploy Leafy against the Nazoids. I just think this is, like, very cancerous as well. Like, you know, dictating what people others have to go after. That's not your fucking business, bro. And if you think that creators aren't going after Nazis enough, you do it yourself. Make your own channel and do it yourself. No one is obligated to go after, you know, the Nazis or something. You know. Like, what business is it of yours? Do your own fucking topic then and talk about it.
to say.
Dude, Nazis are fucking hilarious. They make jokes out of themselves. Can you imagine the good content you could make for making fun of Nazis?
Dude,
especially right now with their breakdown. Especially with their breakdowns.
I mean, he did make fun of that Nazi girl with massive tits. So.
Yeah, he did make fun of
back in the day. Yeah, like back in 2016, I remember that video. I was a big Leafy fan back in 2016. Now he's nowhere. But what's he on now? Like Storyfire?
I don't fucking know. He's not on anything now. He's just on Twitter.
He got banned off Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, but
so
back before he got banned off Twitch and YouTube, he was going after like random fucking people that weren't causing any like actual material harm to the world. Like, dude, you could act like.
Dude, but you got the idea that he should be making content that's anything else is fucking stupid.
I mean, I can have my opinion about the kind of content that I like.
Yeah, you can have your opinion. It's just terrible, dude. It's just not good.
I mean, that's what an opinion is. Everyone has one, you know? What you're talking about for. Yeah, so Richard Spencer, an example of him. He believes slavery should be back, and he literally went on massive like news, like he was.
Okay. Call me insane. Call me a sweeper for Richard Spencer. But I don't know if Richard Spencer has ever stated that he's for slavery, or even there's, genuine information. Like, this is how insane this idea is, that pro-slavery is some sort of like popular opinion. Even the figureheads of the alt-right, the most far-right kind of group that existed on the internet at the time that were talking about this, I don't think even they were pro-slavery. That is just how absurd it is to act like this pro-slavery is some sort of popular position. Even the most furthest right individuals would not be pro-slavery. It's such an unpopular position that only total fucking crackpots, beyond even the realms of the likes of Richard Spencer would want to go with,
was on like CNN at one point.
All right, dude, then go after fucking CNN for having Richard Spencer on. Like,
that has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. Dude, why are you pivoting?
Because you're sitting there and you're saying Optimus.
Why are you pivoting, my dude?
I'm not pivoting. The subject is Optimus, right? What was the subject we were just talking about? My subject is that you make a dishonest argument.
Yeah, I think another mistake Willie Mac has made here is it's like, he's been led down the garden path away from the original point, which is Optimus saying, someone's politics, I believe it was like someone's politics don't really matter in the purposes of their video, which I think is a kind of broad statement which you can apply to most creators. But then obviously if someone is, and also the other thing as well is, JonTron, I think that played its course and he was kind of wrecked for having these stupid political opinions. And I don't know if those opinions really influence his contents or whatever. But there's someone like Richard Spencer is explicitly a political creator. So if you're watching Richard Spencer, you're not watching it for his fucking Minecraft gameplay. You're not watching it for his commentary. You're watching it because this guy is a political creator and I either agree with him and like him for that reason or disagree with him and what, you're engaging with it on a political level solely, explicitly. So of course that's relevant then because they're a political creator. But if someone is making Minecraft videos, their politics aren't really going to have an impact or an effect. And I feel like he's trying to do this thing where it's like someone might like Trump. Well, what does that matter if you like their videos? Just watch their videos and you can agree to disagree on the politics. And he's trying to make it this absurd thing of, well, what if they like slavery? What then? What if you're black and they love slavery? And that's the absurdity, I think, that's, Willie Mac is, I guess, trying to point out here.
And you gave a dishonest argument to Optimus.
Did I use a sneaky debate tactic? Were you saying that I was using a dishonest, sneaky debate tactic?
No, I'm saying you're really dishonest in your videos to the people you argue about.
Okay, how is it dishonest when he says...
All right, here, let's go to the second clip,
right? I say a political opinion. No, I want to hear you defend this.
Yeah,
how is it dishonest for me to hear Optimus say, for the most part, people's political opinions don't matter, and for me to say, okay...
Because slavery isn't a political opinion. That's
believing whether or not slavery...
That's a fucking crazy radical idea.
Yes,
that's not what normal fucking people consider a political opinion.
And yet, a significant amount of people, particularly.
Dude, yeah, if you want to, dude, you're literally arguing
a significant amount of people. No, bro, what is this guy on about? Okay, right. Willie Mac, I think, has got round to it by pointing out that it is an extremist view essentially, and Xanderhal's trying to push this idea that it's popular.
Semantic.
Have you ever been to 4chan? There's a lot of people there that believe slavery should exist.
What am I supposed to do about...
People on 4chan think slavery should exist. Oh, what? The fucking anonymous website where people can just post and often post jokes, memes, and ironic humor. Wow. Dude, come on, bro. We've gone from are people that I don't even know if they support slavery. Like I don't think Richard Spencer does. To people on 4chan support slavery. Come on, dude. Bro, he's literally quoting 4chan. Holy shit.
4chan though.
I'm not asking you to do anything about it other than not get mad whenever I say if somebody believes that slavery should exist, like get mad about me saying it's reasonable to not want to be friends with that person or to at least care if they believe that's that opinion.
Dude, I don't know, man. I feel like you're just trying to be.
It's like, you know, it's kind of, I mean, you know, to make it more extreme, right? It's like, you know, someone says, yeah, I don't think someone's politics are really, you know, on the most part that relevant to being a friend or liking their content or whatever the argument was. And then the response is, yeah, well, what if someone's politics is they think that you should be able to rape women and not be punished for that? What if that's their politics? What if their politics is you should be able to go and slaughter newborn babies in their crib and not get put in prison? What if that's their politics? You know, it's like such an absurdist representation of like an extremist position that is not, you know, standardly held by individuals, you know? And it's like a kind of outlier, right? The outlier of a political perspective that may then allow you to reasonably say, well, oh, this is a bit, I don't know if I can really support someone that has got such an extremist view of the world, you know?
Destiny like so fucking hard right now.
I think everybody wants to be Destiny.
No, they don't.
Oh, what?
That dude's the fucking idiot too. He makes dumbass arguments.
Comments that have aged terribly. Comments that have aged terribly as we look back on the 1st of December 2024. Oh no. No! The leaks. My former master loves gobbling cock. No! I'm homophobic. No!
Arguments too, where you just talk in circles.
Man's rich, gets a lot of pussy. I don't know. Listen, I'm right now not even a big fan of Destiny at the moment. And,
yeah, because of your political. Yeah, you got fucked up by
him. Gets a lot of pussy. Bro, that is so funny that is getting brought up. Dude, that is crazy. That is actually, I believe, true. But let's just say there's something else that he's getting. Okay, it's part of the bargain. And it's nothing to do with a woman. Okay, bro. Okay, come on. He's also getting a belly full of cum.
I won't be a fan of him either.
Wait, you think that I got fucked up?
Yeah, you got fucked up by this.
One of the most experienced debaters on the internet? Oh shit, hot take, dude.
I mean, no, you just went in arguing a terribly dumb take.
No, yeah, I would argue that.
Oh my god, dude, that's so gay, isn't it? Oh, you're saying I got fucked up by one of the best debaters on the internet? Oh my god, bro, it's such cancer, dude.
Terrible point. No, that's why you got fucked up.
I argued from the wrong perspective. I shouldn't be arguing that
yeah, that's retarded. I get it, dude.
I should have argued instead that Destiny just said what he said and that he's facing the consequences for it and he shouldn't be a baby about it. But I was a fan of Destiny.
Yeah.
I like Destiny a lot. I didn't want to be mean.
Do you know what I do find pretty interesting about you? Then you are like 100%. You're on that everything's a political opinion.
Not everything. I don't think.
Like, yeah, dude. You literally said slavery is a political opinion.
Oh, absolutely. Whether or not slavery should be a thing is a political opinion. If you disagree with that, then you are illustrating to everybody.
Yeah. Bro, okay, I just wish, dude, I know this is a long time ago. We are backseat debating. We're Monday morning quarterbacking 4 years later. It's just so frustrating that WillyMac can't get it across the line of saying it's not a, you know, relevant current day political opinion. You know, like that's the take.
Dude, I think that's not even on the table of anything, and I don't think most people do that.
So what you're referring to right now, though, I imagine you don't know what this word means, is the Overton window. The Overton window.
I mean, WillyMac, to be fair to him, you know, some of his points aren't great, and some of them I think are really terrible. A few have been really terrible, but some not great. Some mogging, okay, less mogging than I'd hoped for, to be perfectly frank with you, okay. But fundamentally, he is trying to be kind of like a normal guy. He's being like a kind of regular dude talking about all this. It is a quintessential normal take to be like, oh, slavery, that's not a political opinion, but maybe not being able to elucidate exactly correctly, you know, what he means by that. And then Xanderhal's here going, I doubt you've heard of this, but this is actually in relation to the Overton window. Total fucking debate pedo shit. Like, fuck me, dude.
basically means the range of political opinions that are relevant at a particular time in a particular place.
Yeah, so why do you argue totally
and so the Overton
and also yeah, exactly. I don't know much about the Overton window, but you know, first of all, I don't think the Overton window, I mean that you're saying in chat about this, right? The Overton window gets pushed by discourse and then politicians operate within it, right? So, you know, in America, you could propose an abortion ban because the Overton window of America, the discourse around it, right, is within that remit. And there's a lot of anti-abortion shit that happens. But in the UK, for example, Jacob Rees-Mogg is anti-abortion, and he's like a conservative politician. But like, there's no way that he would like push for running on an anti-abortion platform because in the UK, there's an acceptance that up to, you know, a certain time, 22 weeks or something is kind of fine. And there's not a discourse about it. And there's not like a super heavy anti-abortion movement in the UK. So, you know, that's the kind of reasonable view on that sort of thing. Whereas he seems to be suggesting, at least here a bit, that like slavery is somehow in the Overton window. And it's just not. It wasn't in 2020. It's not now, right? Slavery has been way beyond the Overton window for fucking centuries at this point, you know? And what? When was slavery abolished? 18 whatever in America. In the UK, it was before that. We obviously abolished slavery, whatever. This is like an anciently resolved. This is like an old, a long resolved issue of politics. It's just not relevant anymore. And there's no fucking way that shit is in the Overton window. And there would need to be, in the West at least, sure, there would need to be some crazy thing that happened that would push us to a point where we would be thinking, where politicians would be thinking, maybe we can make slavery legal again.
So, arguing with optimists, why do you bring up irrelevant points?
It's not irrelevant.
You just said the Overton window, right?
Yes.
What's relevant? What
the
political
Overton window is
relevant,
basically
right?
infinite on the internet right now because you've got people who believe that slavery should be a thing and
that
black
sounds
people
real smart when you say that.
You've got people who think landlords should be executed. That's how big the Overton window on the internet is, my dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's whack jobs saying landlords should be executed, right? But that is the very far extremes of this. That's not what the Overton window is in our broad society, right? If you asked 100 people, should you execute landlords? You know, the vast majority of them, you probably need to take it to 1,000. Ask 1,000 people, and there might be like one person that says yes, okay? But the vast majority of people are going to be against executing landlords. That's not what the Overton window means. It doesn't just mean here's an extreme point here to here's an extreme point here. That's the Overton window, okay? Like, you've got internet extremist brain rot if you think that's the case. It's closer here, and then within that, you've probably got the remit of where politicians can operate. But there's no fucking way, in the West at least, a politician would be able or comfortable proposing executing all landlords or, slavery should be legalized. I mean, what a retarded sentiment.
And all of those opinions, I'm sure, totally serious all the time, and not just extremist on like the way fucking far end.
Do you think that people's having extremist political opinions means it's not a political opinion?
There's usually such a small amount of people that it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, not if they're very, very loud about their beliefs.
Yes. Oh my God, he's got there. Yes. If there's a small amount of people that believe really crazy things, it is kind of irrelevant and doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of our public discourse about this stuff. Correct. So using it as an example of a political opinion someone would have, you're going to an extreme in order to propose a hypothetical that you essentially can't lose. It's like, well, I presented it in a way that I literally cannot lose. Whereas what would be more reasonable would be to say something like, if someone supported Trump, because that is something that's in the Overton window in 2020, and then you can talk about the ins and outs of should you support someone or be friends with someone that supports Trump, and so on and so on and so on, you know?
And they have large public figures that are able to push their ideas, like Richard Spencer and Nick Fuente.
Really? What has Richard Spencer gotten done?
Richard Spencer's been on like big fucking...
Yeah, also, what's interesting there is despite Xanderhal being very fucking smug about it, WillyMac actually gave a far better description of what Xanderhal was getting at in his retarded statement, in saying, well, they're at the extremes. The extremes don't fall within this. They can have some influence, you could argue, but if your position is pro-slavery, if your position is execute all landlords, you're not going to get anywhere. And in fact, this is where this concept of dog whistling came up, is if you go out there and you say, you know, we're pro-slavery, if you are, you're not going to get anywhere politically. But if you go out and you talk about crime rates and you talk about other things in a way with which to push your political project, which is maybe further to the right, yeah, you may have some success doing that because those are the issues that are within the remit of acceptable public discourse, you know?
And
okay, sure, he's been on to shit, but what is he like?
He's got a massive fan base, especially like if we want to go to Nick Fuentes. The dude has a cult following.
How big is his fan base?
So big that they were able to mob together and harass.
Well, what's the number? What's his followers?
Yeah, we can go on. Hey, Augie, I
have no clue.
Do you know how big Nick Fuentes' following is right now? He gets thousands of viewers.
Well, on his presidential election stream, he had like 50K on DLive. So
I mean, dude. To be fair, all the people on the internet, 50K is nothing.
50K is nothing when we're talking
50K is nothing out of all the people on the internet.
Watching the stream
there's literally billions of people on the internet. 50K isn't that fucking much.
Do you realize how many, how big 50K viewers is on a live stream? Do you realize how big that is in terms of like online political figures?
Yeah, it's like Dr. Disrespect, but again, it's like one dude.
With a massive community.
Not even Dr. It's like half of Dr. Disrespect.
Dr. Disrespect, when he first started, was getting around like 100K viewers. I think he's getting close to what Nick Fuentes got during that stream. What are you talking? 50,000 viewers on a live stream? That
yeah, but I'm saying that if you get all right, so if you have a million people, right, and 1% of the people are really shitty, that's actually a good amount of people. That's what I think Richard Spencer and like all that cult is.
Let me break this down. What Willy's basically saying is like 50K. What does that do IRL? He's basically asking.
I have a perfect example of how it affects the real world as well, like just outside of like political discussion. So for example, Richard Spencer was a large leader of the Unite the Right rally back in 2017, which ended up murdering an innocent woman. On top of that, the Christchurch shooter talked about how
one woman who may have died of was it the car or was it I'm only joking, it was the car. Come on guys, I'm not an alt-righter, okay? It was the car. But anyway, I mean, dude, I think that there's probably some influence, don't get me wrong. Particularly with Trump and stuff, all that stuff links in together somewhere, somehow. But I think that lefties have always, like, overstated it, right? I think there's always been an overstatement of it. And, you know, I mean, you just have to look at the most recent election to get a little insight into that. Because Nick Fuentes, you know, didn't endorse Trump and didn't support Trump. And in fact, did the opposite and supported, you know, anything but Trump. And Trump still won. So, you know, doesn't say that there's no influence whatsoever, but it's not something that I think can really have a significant impact on, you know, like the top level politics, you know? I think that's the thing that gets overstated.
By online right.
And Richard Spencer, I mean, what fucking impact has Richard Spencer had on fucking politics, you know? I mean, if anything, his influence has only decreased over time
as well, and he murdered 50 people in a mass shooting in New Zealand last year.
Yeah, also, this is so true. These extremist ideas have so much traction that Xanderhal keeps referencing the one guy who probably doesn't even believe it.
Nick Fuentes murdered 50 people? No, I know. Dude, I fucking heard you. I'm fucking with you, bro. Yeah, dude. All right, so...
Wait, do you think that people getting murdered in, like, in terrorist attacks and wrote about how they were inspired by these online political figures, do you think that's not a way that they're affecting the real world?
No, I think, like, those people are crazy and they're probably going to do crazy shit no matter what.
Oh, so you don't think that the Christchurch shooter writing a manifesto where he literally cited the people that inspired him to do what he did, that doesn't put any blame whatsoever on the people that he says inspired him?
I mean, yeah,
no.
I'm not, dude, it's hard for me to fucking answer that, right? I'm not a fucking psychologist or some shit. I don't know. How am I supposed to answer that? I don't fucking know.
Here, I'm sending a video clip right now to,
I mean, dude, it's amazing how fucking off topic we get when you talk.
We're not off topic at all right now.
Yeah, dude, bro, that's okay. That's true as Xanderhal, but Willie Mac, and again, just to be clear, I'm not, you know, I'm sure Willie Mac would probably agree that he could have done better here, right? But, you know, it's kind of been led that way. Xanderhal's been able to lead the conversation around all these fucking points. And now we're talking about, you know, Unite the Right rally. When the whole point of this originally was Xanderhal's take that in response to someone saying someone's politics largely doesn't matter in terms of friendship or supporting them, and he's using slavery as an example.
are completely off topic, dude. You did not give Optimus an honest argument was the point. I mean, dude, if you look right now, you're not really giving me an honest argument. You've literally jumped to like the most extreme shooting to happen in the past like decade.
Yes.
Maybe.
When you asked me how are these people?
Yes, exactly. Xanderhal is relying on extremist examples to make broad brush points, right? When all of these are outliers, and you know, the fucking Christchurch shooting. I mean, it was obviously horrendous what happened. But that's hardly like a sort of standard matter of public affairs that we have to deal with all the time, you know? It's just an extremist example to point to. And even then, it's arguable how much influence the creators have. You have to rely on this stochastic terrorism argument, which I'm quite skeptical about, to be honest.
Affecting how are
but it's like, dude, we literally
people affecting?
Yeah, I mean,
also, you know, I'm looking at this. I do this all the time myself. Obviously, coming from the Twitch poll space and hearing all these kind of takes. I am through the mind's eye of a debate pedophile at all times. But I do wonder if a normie was listening to this, say, particularly a commentary viewer, I feel like they would probably listen to it and be like, you know, yeah, WillyMac's right. It is, you know, slavery is common sense. Slavery's nothing to do with politics. It is just common sense, right? You don't have slavery. That's wrong, right? And they'd have a more simplistic view. So therefore, maybe the normal guy is just raping on that basis. Do you know what I mean? The normal guy just has a sort of buff with normal viewers, I feel. Destiny was gobbling the turkey tom for Thanksgiving. Possibly, but that sounds like a bit of a rumor mill to me. But listen, I'm sure there's people out there doing the frame-by-frame analysis to try and catch a wisp of Tom's hair in one of those videos. Thank you for the super chat.
Obviously, there's going to be fucking terrorists and crazy shit going on.
You realize that right-wing terror in this country massively outweighs that of left-wing terror, right? Like, there's actually.
I'm not bringing up either or. I don't really. I'm not really a right or left person. I don't really know a whole lot about that shit. So
I'm pretty sure you are probably pretty right-leaning.
I know, dude. You got an opinion on everybody. I'm not sure. I'm not surprised you fucking did
from this argument, I feel very comfortable saying that you're pretty right-leaning. Absolutely.
Yeah. Why? What gave you that?
Well, for one, you got seriously ass mad about like a 1-minute clip of me saying that I want to talk to people about politics that are like apolitical because I'm interested in it. And on top of that,
when did I get asked mad about that?
On Twitter, dude, you were having a fucking meltdown,
what was the tweet I sent? I literally was laughing at you. Was all
you were calling me? You were calling me a retard and a lol cow, and you were like,
yeah, I think after that thing you did to Optimus, I think you are retarded. I think when you
okay, excellent. Good job. Let's go. Now we're back. WillyMac is fucking dominating again. Let's go. You called me a retard and a lolcow? Based. True, by the way. All true. All very true. And yeah, I do think, if I'm engaging from a normie perspective, less a debate pedo perspective, it's like, that's wonderful. Yeah, it is like an unreasonable point, right?
Last 2 slavery cases in US were African migrant on African migrant. Nobody discusses these.
Thank you for the $5.
Boblax goes. I think when Boblax goes,
it's a big boy.
I think when Boblax goes, hey guys, like I don't think the Teddy Fresh sweater that James Charles sold is political, and you turn around and you say, well, James Charles is gay. I think that's not an honest argument.
Yes.
So really you clipped that very dishonestly because I remember that conversation vividly. Actually, there was a shit ton, and I brought this up.
I didn't clip his dishonesty.
No, you absolutely did because about
what did I leave out?
Because about 2 seconds later, I talked about how James Charles was getting a lot of homophobic hate from a lot of the
that's all in that clip. That's in that clip.
No, it wasn't. We watched the clip. You just played it.
It was. What? All right. Well, it is in there. I don't know. What homophobic shit was he getting from any creator, dude?
This is a perfect example. Tati Westbrook, when she made her big accusation.
Dude, hold on. With the James Charles sweater, what homophobic shit was the creator saying?
Your question was, what creator sent homophobic hate his way against James Charles? And I just gave you an example.
Well, he said in
during the sweater, during the H3 sweater, when did that happen?
I saw some people.
You don't fucking know. It's another thing you can't fucking name, dude. Because you can't.
You don't think James Charles is getting homophobic hate from?
Dude, you're just going off of what you think.
Wait, hang on, dude. Xander's such a little wretch, isn't he? Oh, you don't think that James Charles is getting homophobic hate? Right? I thought that we were talking about creators, like meaningful creators doing it.
That's not what Willy's saying. Willy's saying that Willy's saying that James Charles isn't getting any increased homophobic hate based off H3 criticizing him for copying his shirt design?
Increased? Probably not. I'd say the most homophobic hate.
Why are you fucking arguing it then?
Because I literally,
H3
because as I said 10 seconds ago, after the clip for where you cut it out, I talked about the political implications of drama against somebody who's like a makeup YouTuber like James Charles with the Tati Westbrook shit. I was talking specifically about the H3H3 shit.
All right, so the Tati Westbrook shit. What about that was in?
Do you remember that drama?
I'm somewhat familiar.
Yeah. So towards the end of Tati Westbrook's video, she says that he tried to turn a straight guy gay, and he got a ton of homophobic harassment for it, saying James Charles is a predator that tries to push his gay shit onto straight dudes. And what actually happened was the guy that was implicated in this ended up coming out and saying, actually, no, he didn't try to turn me gay. I was bi-curious, and all he did was offer to help me explore my sexuality and stuff.
Well, he didn't say that, but sure, he said he was a bad kisser.
No, there was a video.
He did not say it, dude. He did not say that.
I can literally find you the clip of the guy.
All right, find the clip.
Well, bear in mind, this is obviously an old conversation from 2020, so. You know, maybe it's a bit outdated now, to be clear.
Yeah.
Literally found that clip where he said he helped me explore my sexuality. Said I made out with him for about an hour. That was pretty much it. Oh, and then he said, like, I think I wanted to do things, but I didn't want to, and then he backed out, right?
Yeah, do you think that sounds like trying to force a...
No, I don't think he forced anything. I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, the guy came out and said that and debunked that claim. And
yeah, no, I know, dude. Dude, believe it or not, I was actually a somewhat big role in that, mildly big role in that whole story.
Okay, so
I can attest to that.
So do you think that homophobic attacks towards James Charles from Tati's community after that is political?
I don't know any homophobic.
Okay. What? This is just a fucking everything is political shtick, isn't it? You know, we're just doing the, oh, well, someone called someone a, you know what, on the internet. Oh, that's political then. Oh my god, dude.
Homophobic, I think I keemstarred homophobic.
Why do we hate hobos?
Yeah, I don't think I know any, I don't know, what examples do you have of like Tati's community or creators around her doing that?
You don't think that her saying that she tried to turn a straight guy gay, which is a massively homophobic...
I mean, I think that's her being a fucking idiot, right? Because that's like not possible.
It's about her being a liar.
Yeah, she's a liar, yeah, I agree.
And stoking homophobic hatred towards a 19-year-old on the internet, or 20-year-old, however the fuck old James.
Yeah, I agree, dude. Yeah, I mean, dude, I think a lot of the things you interpret as, like, what's the word, as political, I just interpret as the person being, like, totally an asshole and dishonest. I don't really...
Yeah, exactly. Shinji's, yeah, you don't think. You don't think. You don't think, right? Make a claim. Well, can you prove that claim? You don't think? You don't think that, right? And it's like, well, it's up to you to make the claim. Well, you know, whether or not I think about it is another matter, but what have you got to back up the claim that you're making here? And it's just this way of pivoting out of ever having to fucking answer to anything.
Somebody lying about something. And I do not think Tati Westbrook is homophobic. I don't think that's... I'm not going to make that claim.
I think that we used sexism to battle the homophobia. We used one against the other. I think that's what happened.
The gays against each other.
But here's the thing. I was saying in that clip that the H3 colorball hoodie thing isn't inherently political, which I still agree that whole drama is inherently political. But then, Xander, to prove that it's political, you bring up a separate drama that James Charles was in.
I mean,
they're two separate things.
If we want to talk about something that's like political involving that, we can talk about...
Look, he's gonna do it again. He's gonna fucking change it again, dude.
Okay, I'd like to have this little discussion. How is the color block hoodie drama between H3 and James Charles political? That specific drama.
An argument about who owns a design and a particular like copyright on something is political. Copyright is political. Absolutely, that's a political.
What is political about copyright?
Because it's a law.
Oh my god, bro. When most people use the word political, okay, what we're referring to are the kind of combative left versus right politics of our governments and societies. You know, disagreement about policy issues specifically, right? Like, obviously, in a sort of, you know, a sense, copyright is a political issue, but in kind of common parlance and discussion, we don't think of it as a, you know, as a political conversation. And particularly online, often it gets framed around, you know, drama, because it's the drama of personalities utilizing these tools, which are a product of our political system in certain ways, right? And that's the drama that happens. But it just feels really stupidly reductive to be like, oh, everything's political, guys. Oh, someone DMCA struck someone. Political. That's political.
I mean, it's a law, but copyright law isn't
no.
necessarily like left-leaning or right-leaning.
I don't think that's necessarily that political.
Pretty, like...
That's not what politics is. Politics isn't just whether or not something is left.
Dude, I know you think.
Okay, yeah, I know. I've seen this already. I was going to show it after, but yeah. There we go. So we got Jolly Saint Nick, obviously me, and then Creamin' is the reindeer. Creamin' is the free use reindeer in this situation. Okay.
I think everything is politics.
Yeah, but
it's fucking hilarious.
we were talking about the color block hoodie drama in relation to, oh, it could sway someone to either the right or the left. So how would copyright law sway someone to either side?
I mean, if you're like a right libertarian, you might be in favor of copyright law because you want to
really, that was what you were arguing at the time.
Oh my God! What is he on about? That's not the level of.
Gok and Bussy, that is chat's political statement. Chase a Chud on the Gok hunt.
Thank you for the tip. Could you imagine? There's like, dude, this is the world that Xanderhal wanted, didn't he? This is the world that Xanderhal wanted. There's a big drama that's happening about copyright. Okay. Oh, this person struck this video. Is that fair? Is that legitimate? Is that okay? Is that acceptable? Discussion about it. Xanderhal comes in. Move aside, everyone. Well, you see, when Karl Marx wrote in the Communist Manifesto, you know, and fucking banging on about some political shit that no one cares about, right? Like, bro, no one fucking cares about your gay political shit or some libertarian banging on about it, right? People want the fucking drama, the backwards and forwards. Oh, this person struck this person, and that's wrong, and that's right, and whatever, you know? Very cringe.
Making up right now?
No, I didn't argue that people were being. I argued that there's probably some people from H3's community that are like homophobic and hate James Charles. They would probably side with H3 over that, or just in the middle that might go after James Charles because they're homophobic and don't really care about H3.
Yeah, but in general, that like didn't happen at all, right?
If you want to talk about the overt like political topic based around that, it would probably be around copyright and who owns the design of those hoodies.
I mean, the point is though that didn't happen though.
You feel comfortable saying nobody went after James Charles?
No, maybe they were, but they're totally irrelevant. They're like a completely irrelevant people.
I don't care whether or not they're irrelevant. What I care about is whether or not it happened.
You're a weird guy, man. You worry about every small thing.
I'll let you answer.
Yeah, Chess, I guess if you think that like attacking somebody with like attacking a gay person with homophobia is a small thing, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, when it's like one person.
Bro, notice how he's trying to like hang the fucking the sort of homophobia around his neck. Well, if you think it's small, I think the point that's being made is, well, it's not a big deal in terms of it's only a small amount of people doing it.
2 followers, because dude, you probably get as much shit as I do, right? As any of us do. We all get fucking horrible shit sent to us. It's
I
the
feel
internet.
like I probably get more shit, but mostly from the left, because the left is a
yeah, whatever, dude. We don't really ask. The point is, like, we all get shit.
I feel like I get more shit. Well, we didn't really ask, bro. That's okay, dude. Okay, there's some good moments here. I will say, I do think, you know, I was expecting more WillyMogging. I'm a bit disappointed with the levels, but there's moments like that I'm quite pleased with.
And that's just their form of shit. If you're a girl, you're gonna get shit, and it'll be in the form of sexist shit. If you're a guy, they'll call you fucking who knows what.
A pedophile.
And if you're fucking gay, you're gonna be called like, I don't know,
a word
slurs,
that you're not gonna say on this channel right now.
Yeah, they're gonna be called slurs. Like, that's just part of being online, and that's why it's irrelevant.
And that's the problem. Don't you think it's like a noble cause?
No, I don't think it's really a problem at all.
Do you think it's a noble cause? Oh my god, bro, no way. He's making. Okay. I think Woody's about to rape.
Honestly, I think there's no way you can fix that. People are their own people.
Sure, you may not be able to fix it, but do you think it is a noble cause to try to encourage people online to engage in less toxic behavior?
I mean, I don't really care.
Oh my god, dude! Don't you think it's a noble... Bro, this guy thought he'd infiltrate the community with this moral frogging fucking retardation. hey guys, hey everyone, can you try being a bit nicer to each other, please? Oh my god, bro, that is insane.
We're literally we're commentating.
I don't know, man.
I love the toxic shit.
And I mean, as a political channel, don't you thrive off the negativity of like the right or the left?
Yeah, I mean, dude, you literally,
like,
as
much as
I wasn't aware Gandhi was here to help us, dude. Coming down from the mountains to tell you the error of your ways. It's about ethics and commentary slop.
Trying to like diminish negativity. You're also capitalizing off it by like talking
because the negativity exists, but my goal is to encourage the audiences of these people to not be like homophobic or
dude, fucking Xander. I argue that
I'd say it's pretty negative to say that John Trump.
Boblock, shut up, Bo Blacks.
Probably is pro-slavery. I feel like that it doesn't really contribute to.
Yeah, and it's not really backed by
the white nationalists. I mean, like
Xander,
bro. Not only are the creators here going to reject this, the audience are also going to fucking reject this. Okay? Blows blacks. Okay? Why don't you get back to gobbling a black cock rather than fucking whatever it is you're doing here? Okay? Black trans cock. Alright? Oh.
Like literally said
Keemstar, you literally say Keemstar is like an alt-righter, and that and you use the Christchurch shooting against him. You literally use the Christchurch shooting against Keemstar because he didn't cover the manifesto.
Oh no, he didn't cover. That's not what he did. He tried to. He didn't want to talk about how the.
Yeah, and you called him an alt-righter because of it.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of other evidence that he's an alt-righter. This is just another piece of it.
Yeah, and you said that he should have because he's the drama channel. Is what you said.
For context of what actually happened, he went on a podcast with Destiny and like Trainwrecks and Hassan and like a bunch of other people, and this was right after the Christchurch shooting had happened and the manifesto had been released, and people had read the manifesto, and the Christchurch shooter, who had murdered 50 Muslims, by the way, after writing manifesto.
Yeah, get to the Keemstar part. We know.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sure. So he wrote this big manifesto about how online like far right people radicalized him, and people on the podcast were talking, particularly Destiny, were talking about like how far right like online figures can radicalize people to committing real world violence. Keemstar got mad and triggered, and then fucking left because he didn't want to talk about the implications of far right figures causing real world harm. And I imagine this is because Keemstar is friends with some pretty far right online figures.
Dude, he didn't want to talk about it though because he didn't want to give attention to the fucking manifesto. It's not because it's not because he's.
Is that true? Is what Willie is saying true? Keemstar a policy? I don't fucking know. I do. This is like ancient drama at this point. So, COVID Twitch leftists thought this was cool until they left their house and realized normal humans thought this soy shit was gay. Bro, Nicholas is so on the money with this, right? And I think it's why you've seen a development of like debate strategies and discussions and stuff like that, right? This kind of debate pedo shit is total cancer. And certainly looking back, talking about the Overton window and shit. People are just like, oh, they don't want it anymore. They just want normal, real conversations, you know? You know, have a disagreement, talk about the politics, sure. But they don't want this, whatever this is.
Like all the far right shit. It's because you don't want to give attention to a horrible thing that just happened.
Because right-leaning people will say, don't say the name of whatever like white kid shoots up a school.
Keemstar disavowed Richard Spencer on that stream. Right. Okay.
But every time some brown, like a Muslim guy blows something up, you see his name.
Really? So you can name the manifesto of Keemstar blowing up a brown Muslim.
You're saying he's lying because he's
right wing. When did Keem do that either way? Bo Black, let me go, Bo Black.
Yeah, I agree. Lockdown made all the lefties insane. All the lefties? Yeah, I'm sure only one group of political people. Okay, I'm sure only one group of political people were affected by this. I'm sure the right were totally chill and fine and nothing went wrong there. Okay, dude, come on, bro.
When you said because of a Muslim...
Everyone went crazy. Everyone went insane, okay? It wasn't along political lines. Let's be real.
You gave some Muslim example, right? And how we're hypocrites for it. When did Keemstar do that, though?
I'm not talking specifically about Keemstar.
No, but we are talking specifically about Keemstar. You used him as the example.
The point that I'm making is that whenever there is a bit of like violence committed by like, say for example, some white kid that shoots up a school, all you hear is don't say the name, don't say the name, don't spread the name around. That's what they would want.
Yeah, because you give them attention. Exactly.
Whenever the name of the dude who commits some other terrorist attack is like Muhammad ibn Ahad or something, you see that name fucking everywhere. That's what
I can't name a bunch of fucking terrorists outside of.
Wait. If there's someone that when it's a white shooter says, don't spread the name, right? Okay? And then if it's a Muslim shooter, they do spread the name. You can call that out for hypocrisy. Sure. So maybe give some examples. But I would presume that if someone doesn't want to spread a shooter's name for the sake of giving them some sort of attention, they would hope they do that regardless of what the race is. But here's the thing. What has that got to do with Keemstar, bro? This is supposed to be about fucking Keemstar, dude. Keemstar, I don't think, is making a lot of time, even in 2020, talking about terrorist attacks, is he?
When it's a fucking white, because you never fucking remember it. When it's a white kid that shoots up a school or something, you hear thoughts and prayers, don't say the name. When it's a fucking brown Muslim dude who does it, you see their name and face all over the news, and then you hear about how we need to fucking close down.
When there's a shooting, it is the biggest thing on the fucking news. Are you kidding me?
They always say don't share the name. They always say don't share the name or the face. Whenever,
dude, what the fuck is Xanderhal on about as well? This don't say the name thing. I think Ben Shapiro touted this, and his policy was he wasn't going to name people in mass shootings. That's the name that rings a bell to me on that. But, like, other than that, people name the person. This is not true. The mainstream press always names the individual as soon as it's released by the authorities. Like, I feel like he's thought of something Ben Shapiro said once, and he's, extrapolating that to everyone, when I don't even think that's the case.
Yeah, because there's a big theory between a lot of I don't know if there's like research done on any of this. The theory is that if these kids do it for attention, because there wasn't a bunch of school shootings until there was one.
That is exactly why.
Yes, it's something that people think it would be a good thing, wonderful. But it doesn't. It's not an implemented thing. Yes, sure.
Xanderhal says that the right try to guard the identity of white perpetrators, but I've only ever seen leftists do that on Twitter.
Thank you for the $5. And it's stupid. I think it is stupid. I think that understanding the identity of someone that has committed a crime is perfectly reasonable. And I don't like this idea. Like, the idea that someone of sound mind is sat there, right? And is like, oh, what's this? Daniel Jackson, 37, just fucking did a mass shooting and got coverage. Okay, interesting. Do you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to go and do that as well. And then I'm going to get in the newspaper, right? Obviously, there's mentally deranged people that maybe it has an impact on. But call me crazy. I don't think that we should shift the entirety of our worldview and entirety of how our media operates around some fucking speds sat at home with a shotgun in their hand ready to rock. I think we should probably do it on the broad population who are only going to use it as a piece of information to assess, and they're not going to use it as fuel to conduct their own fucking shooting, dude.
Publicity around Columbine, more kids decided to go do it, right? That's like the big theory there.
Yeah, do you think that giving attention to and like publicizing the names of people who engage in terrorism from like Islamic terrorism, do you think that doesn't encourage them as well?
No, but they're going to do it either way, right? The point, when you're running as president and you're going to fight terror, you got to give a name to the American people to like publicize it, right?
Do you think that mass shootings aren't terror as well?
No, I mean, I think they're terror, but you're not going to hear like fucking a president go up there and like talk about naming all these school shooters and saying we're going to fight these guys.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just kind of a crazy thing to do, don't you think?
Terrorism seems to across the board be committed for broadly the same reasons, just with different ideological motivations. So I don't know.
Well, it's organized too. Like terrorism's a lot more organized than these random guys being.
Dude, okay, bro. Again, what has this got to do with Keemstar, bro? We're supposed to be about Keemstar and claiming that he's alt-right in some way. Oh, dude. And we're on... This is stupid. Get back to... Talk about Keemstar. This is supposed to be about Keemstar. And how he's alt-right or he associates with alt-right figures.
In the room.
Are you aware of what stochastic terrorism is?
I mean, I don't know a whole lot about it.
So stochastic terrorism is essentially the idea...
Like, you fight ISIS, right? I've never heard the president go up and be like, we're fighting stochastic terrorism or whatever you said.
So there's...
Okay, debate pedo point of view, obviously, whatever. This is a normal guy win, though. You bring stochastic terrorism up to a normal person, okay? Right? And they're going to be like, what's that? Oh, what people say stuff? No, I don't believe that. You know, they go on the internet and they read some fucking document about Muslims and shit, and then they go and do it. Or, you know, they read whatever fucking white nationalist thing and, you know, go and blow up the federal building. Like, the normie view on it, I don't think is going to have room for this stupid idea of, like, stochastic terrorism. It's total debate pedophilia. And I think this is, you know, a normal, like, it just is, like, very debatey, you know?
Centralized terrorism, and you have
dude, I don't even remember what we were talking. We were talking about Keemstar, and look how you dragged us down this whole fucking rabbit hole of nonsense.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Willie. Good. Thank you for fucking finally pointing out. It is a complete rabbit hole of nonsense. You're getting dragged off into some random direction. This is supposed to be about Keemstar, and now you're talking about stochastic terrorism. On top of that, too, what's so funny about this is if it's true that Keemstar left the conversation because he didn't want to draw attention to this manifesto, well, he's actually taken a step against this concept of stochastic terrorism by not drawing attention to something which, if paid attention to, may, influence more people to do something. So actually, Keemstar is against stochastic terrorism, if what Willie said was true.
If you want to, yeah, sure. We can go back to...
It's like fucking crazy, dude. Like, you realize you do this, and this is why I don't like about you.
You're the one that moved the conversation to talking about... Okay, never mind. Whatever, dude. Okay, so we can go back to...
Bro, Xanderhal... Dude, do you see that? Do you see what happened there? Xander was going to try and piss on his boots and tell him it's raining. But then he realised... Oh, actually, wait. No, it was my fault. So he's got nothing. It was Xanderhal that did that.
You say Keemstar's in white nationalist because he didn't want to give this guy attention.
No, I think Keemstar is a white nationalist because of that, on top of the fact that he's friends with a bunch of white nationalists.
Bro, he said Keemstar is a white... Bro, he said Keemstar's a white nationalist. I mean, he has got a bald head. There's no way, dude. Come on.
And why do you think he should have covered it?
I don't think he needed to cover it. I think he needed to not have a little baby bitch mental breakdown and leave the fucking call whenever they were...
And that makes him a white nationalist?
No, what makes him a white nationalist, the biggest evidence for that is how many white nationalists and neo-Nazis he befriends.
Yeah, I mean, dude, here's the thing, because you're a big fan of, like, guilty by association.
What do you think guilt by association is?
Well, you said, like, Keem, for example, you said, hey, he goes on this podcast, he's talked to this person. That's the examples you've given.
Do you think it's guilt by association if this person frequently goes on that podcast and is good friends with people who are alt-righters?
Yes! That is exactly what guilt by association means. Because you're saying that someone is guilty of what someone else in your mind is guilty of because they associate with them. Bro, this guy's so brain dead, bro. Guilt by frequent association.
Neo-Nazis?
I mean, I don't know his personal friendships with these people, do you?
Yeah, no, he's pretty close with these people.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Define pretty close.
I can't comment on that.
He's pretty... Bro, so Willie doesn't know, and he's way more on the space, but Xander apparently can intuit and know all of these fucking relationships, apparently.
The dude for the last couple days has been pushing the conspiracy that there was voter fraud, even though this election was the most closely watched, most secure election we've ever had.
How does that make you a white nationalist? Exactly? Huh? Oh, he questioned the results of the election. Classic white nationalist move.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he buys into a conspiracy theory. I don't think that makes him an alt-righter.
Wait, what is close friends with people? What does that mean?
Like, he constantly talks to them. He goes on their podcast.
Yeah, but dude, just because you go on a podcast, that makes you close friends with those people?
Yeah, and he never challenges their ideas or anything like that. He's pretty good friends with them.
I mean, isn't he on there to discuss drama, though?
Hold on. He's talking about Killstream and Ethan Ralph, and he hasn't been on there in, since the Onision episode. The only time he's ever been on there.
Bro. You went onto the kill stream and you didn't question Ethan Ralph on his, political views. Oh, looking like a heckin' white nationalist to me. Bro, what the fuck? You're on there to have some shit fight with some retard about something. You don't adequately call out Ethan Ralph. Come on, bro. That is fucking giga retarded.
to talk about drama. And every time the conversation gets too spicy, they start talking about stuff, he leaves the call.
He goes on there. He goes on there way more than the way you're characterizing it as.
No, dude, he has not been on. He went on there way back in 2018, early 2019. I know one of his calls was talk shit about me. Yeah, but after that, he's only been on since, I think, only on the Onisan episode of the kill stream.
February of this year, around that time.
Yeah.
Xander, you keep saying it. They're telling you that it hasn't happened, and you keep saying it has.
Do you think befriending Nazis is like fair enough evidence to assume that person might have some?
But hold on,
there it is again. Do you think? Don't you think? Don't you think? Don't you think? So he gets utterly fucking feased every turn, and then all he's left with is, "Don't you think?" Bro, this guy is such dude. So he's got no point to make, and all he's left with is, well, you know. Don't you think if your worldview aligned with mine, then I'd be correct? Come on, dude.
You said he goes on there all the time, and they just told you he hasn't.
He goes on there pretty frequently. No, I've seen, like, he's gone on there a fair few times. Yeah. Do you think befriending new Nazis is good evidence, maybe, that I could go off of?
Maybe times over like 10 years.
Do you think being really, really scared of talking about how online far-right political figures can radicalize people into committing real-world violence, being friends with neo-Nazi political figures online?
Dude, he's not scared to talk about it. He's paying respect, man. He's paying respect to the fucking people that got hurt.
It's not paying
That's crazy
respect.
for you to paint it that way.
Respect. If you want to pay respect to the people who got hurt, you would talk about the problem that caused them to get hurt and how we can fix it.
Dude, that's your theory, not...
Wait, what? Just recusing yourself from talking about a topic is not paying respect. You must not only speak on it, but you must present my political view on it, and that's the only way that you can pay respect. Come on, dude. Come the fuck on, bro.
Everybody thinks that fucking way, man. That's crazy.
Run away and get angry when other people try to talk about the problem and how.
Dude, when did he do that? He did not want to be part of that conversation. If they invited him on the podcast, I saw this. They invited him on the podcast. He said, "Look, if I'm here, I don't want to talk about it." And then they decided to keep talking about it, so he left. Destiny decided to keep talking about it, so he left.
Because he's friends with far right figures that play a part.
Dude, you say he's friends. Your example is he went on a podcast and then.
So, Xanderhal's claim is he didn't want to talk about the podcast, but this professed reason was not true. And the reason he didn't want to talk about it is because he would upset his alt-right friends or his Nazi friends, and that makes him a Nazi. Okay, dude. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what's really respectful? You know what is really fucking respectful? Is taking a tragic event and using it and twisting it to suit your political narrative that you want to push. That is a very respectful thing to do. I'm sure the people that were the families of these victims would very much appreciate you doing that, Xanderhal.
These guys are telling you, these guys that pay attention to the kill stream are telling you that doesn't happen. That he hasn't been on the podcast in a long time, man. He's friends. That he's not friends with these guys.
I think I can be friends with those people.
I think I can debunk this in a more direct way. I would ask
everybody
Xanderhal
who they're friends with, what they believe. It's crazy.
He said
so. Xanderhal, you're saying Keemstar's far right, correct?
I think there's a significant amount of evidence that he
says he's a Nazi.
Okay. Would you say that someone of Keemstar's political leaning would ever vote a Democrat?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, no, maybe. Yeah. Didn't Richard Spencer say?
Keem literally tweeted here, "I'm literally working right now to get a Democrat into the House of Representatives of New York State," and he also said he voted Obama. So.
I just don't feel like you understand.
I mean, I'm not saying he's left, but I'm not saying I don't think he's far right.
I want to say something too.
Well, hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. He claimed he's a white nationalist, not just far right, but a white nationalist. I mean, that's a pretty big claim. Who remembers the Vosh Count Dankula debate? That was funny, wasn't it? Where Vosh was desperately trying to argue that Count Dankula was a white nationalist. Funnily enough, similar kind of points being made, I think, you know?
Dude, you feel like
really quick.
Let him respond to Boblax real quick. Let him respond to Boblax real quick.
Meanwhile, dude, you're
hold on. Let him respond to Boblax real quick. Oh, Boblax just made a point.
Wait, people are letting me know right now, actually, that Keem went on the kill stream a month ago.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that proves take that their word on that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll take their word on that too, but I doubt he went on to talk about a political topic.
Can y'all
maybe I'm wrong there too. I'm not.
Can y'all link me the episode or something? Tweet me all RFC.
If I were Keemstar, I would be smart and not talk about. Yeah, people are linking it right now in my chat. If you go to xanderhal.com/live. Yeah, people are linking it right now. Killstream.live/guest/Keemstar. Is the link. Yeah. So the problem is when it comes to politics, there is you have progressive, you have social issues and you have economic issues. You have people who have very progressive economic beliefs, but also very
Last appearance 2020. Okay. He's been on several legendary Killstream episodes. Okay.
right-wing, very regressive, conservative social beliefs. We call these people Nazbols. So they'll believe in like progressive social.
Oh my god, bro, the Nazbol. Oh, dude, this is like unlocked crazy memories. The Nazbol thing, right? Dude. The Nazbol vortex. Oh, dude, that was so funny. And notice again, what's happened in this conversation. Keemstar is introducing the concept of Nazbols, right? Guess what? Nazbols have got literally nothing to do with Keemstar, right? Not Nazbol, it's National Bolshevik, okay? And it's a reference to like some sect of like communist Russia, nationalist communist people who are like blend between the Nazis and the communists. And in more modern parlance, it's become this terminology for like the Nazbol vortex. Dude, they've voiced a load of stupid, retarded shit about this. But this idea that, you know, people pushing lefty politics could bring, but then also pushing nationalism could get people in on the lefty stuff and then hardline, you know, get the nationalism shit into them, the Nazi stuff, basically. Okay. And it was called the Nazbol vortex, right? And I always thought it was really fucking dumb and always used to mock it and talk about, you know, guys, help! The Nazbol vortex is sucking me off. Help me. No! I'm getting sucked off by it. Oh, I'm getting sucked away. It was so stupid. But guess what? Guess what? Okay? Guess what this has got to do with Keemstar? Nothing. Keemstar's a drama creator. What the fuck has being a Nazbol got to do with Keemstar?
Like aggressive economic beliefs, but also very right-wing, very regressive, conservative social beliefs. We call these people Nazbols. So they'll believe in like progressive social, like economic policy, but only for like people they want to exist, like white people or straight people or whatever. This is very common. So it's very possible that Keemstar agrees with progressive economic beliefs. I know that under Obama, a lot of
oh my god, dude, wait. Dude, this is fucking golden, bro. Xanderhal is trying to argue that Keemstar is this niche, this super niche political ideology because you voted for Obama. I can't, dude. That is so good. What is he on about? What is this dude on about, bro? You're talking absolute nonsense. This is insane. You're talking absolute fucking word salad bullshit.
Streamers didn't have to pay as much in taxes. This is actually a lot of people they want to exist, like white people or straight people or whatever. This is very common. So it's very possible that Keemstar agrees with progressive economic beliefs. I know that under Obama, a lot of YouTubers and streamers didn't have to pay as much in taxes. This is actually true. And under Trump, he's taxed small businesses and people who like me, like you and I, like you have to pay more taxes as a YouTuber or a streamer under Trump than you did under Obama. So that's definitely part of it. But yeah, no, like Keemstar says he supports things like pro-choice and gay marriage and what have you, but at the same time he supports Trump. So I mean,
yeah, he supports Trump because he's more look. I don't know anything about like these economic policies, right? But I'm assuming like from what I've seen from Keem's Twitter, he talks a lot about.
Also, if you're a national socialist, right? You're going to want more taxation. You're going to support more taxation because you feel that the state is going to be better placed to receive that income and utilize it in a way that benefits the national populace, maybe of whites if you like a particular racist flavor of Nazbol. But Dude, this is such cancer. It's unreal to me that this guy is trying to talk about Nazbols and Keemstar in the same fucking sentence. And once again, what's happened? We've gone way off the fucking beaten track talking about Nazbols in order to try and argue that Keemstar's a white nationalist or alt-right.
Like how a lot about how like he's going to be taxed more under Biden, and that's why he likes Trump, because of the taxes. It's money given, and people have like ranked different things politically. So even though he's for all those things, Keemstar, no doubt about it, is Keemstar first and Keemstar money first. So it makes sense to me that he would vote Trump, thinking that I'm going to save more money from it.
So your position is that, and you're right about that, because my tax policy is way more progressive.
Can I just say though, don't you hear it sometimes, and you're like, this is just like Aiden. Isn't this just like the way Aiden talks?
Than Obama's was. So your position is that Keemstar doesn't.
I'm saying people have I'm saying people. No, it's not that, dude. I love how you fucking word it. That's so cute that you do that.
No. You're not slipping out of that. So your point is that Keemstar doesn't really give a shit about the social policy that Trump pushes. Like, for example, ban trans people from the military, revoke their federal protections for healthcare. He and his administration went to the Supreme Court very quietly. They tried to sneak it in and see if there was a way they could stop gay people from being able to adopt children. He doesn't care about, and also put a court justice in power that is pro-life and against abortion rights. So he doesn't give a shit about people having any of those rights. Oh yeah, they're also trying to reverse gay marriage. Thank you, chat. So you don't you don't think he cares about any of that?
No,
All he cares about is just having his lower taxes.
Yeah, I think that people have, like, you got to vote for yourself first is like kind of the main thing, right? Like that's why you have a vote. Everyone has a vote.
So at worst
he cares about his money. And so that's what he wants to vote for. Yeah.
Sorry, I should say at best, Keemstar doesn't give a shit about his.
No, he gives a shit, man. Because like, dude, honestly, none of that shit happened. You're talking about all this stuff that like could have happened or was going on under the table. It's like none of those things have happened, though, right? There's 4 years. All the gay people could lose their fucking rights or whatever. That didn't happen.
Do you think it's that easy to just... No, well, he did take away trans people's
rights. I don't think it's that easy, but I'm saying, like, you're saying all this... Keem doesn't care about all this shit. Well, none of it's fucking happened. It's totally...
Well, I mean, if you care about the rights of people in this country, then, like, that's the best thing you can say about Keemstar. He's not a Nazi. He just doesn't give a shit.
I think... Dude, I think
I mean, a Nazi, you need to have some sort of intent in your perspective, right? Like, not caring about a particular group. I don't think it's enough to label you as a Nazi, no, because Nazi is quite a specific claim. And notice it's alt-right, white nationalist, Nazi. You know, we're using all this terminology. Dude, bro, he is literally doing the 2020 thing of everyone I don't like is a fucking Nazi, including Keemstar. Because he voted for Trump and doesn't seem to care that much about social politics and is putting his money first and foremost. Right, okay, dude.
A lot of people view the vote
is you got federal health protections, or Trump going to the Supreme Court and trying to take away their ability to adopt children, or Trump's administration trying to roll back.
You think everybody's rights are going to be gone under Trump? That's so crazy.
I mean, he successfully took away trans people's rights to be in the military and their federal health care protections.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, I don't know a whole lot about like trans people in the military or what that does, all right? I have no idea, so I can't really talk.
Once again, we're talking about trans people in the military. And the line of logic here is, well, Keemstar doesn't care whether or not trans people are in the military. So this is somehow an argument that he's a Nazi or alt-right. Right, okay, bro. This guy is jumping about all over the fucking place.
You're taking away their right to protect their country. And also the ones that were already in the military lost their job, even though there's no actual reason to do it because the military has an independent physical and mental evaluation of people's health.
Dude, it's so clear that this fucking loser just wants to hop on and wax lyrical about his little knowledge about politics, right? He wants to seem knowledgeable. You know, he feels very smug about feeling knowledgeable. But do you know what else is happening here? Okay? Do you know what else is happening here? This is his attempt at infiltration, isn't it? You understand what's going on? So he's thinking, oh, I'm in front of a commentary audience. I know what I can do. I tell you what I can do, right? I'm going to talk about how the trans ban in the military is bad and give the reasons for it, and the people are going to listen to it, and they're gonna think, oh yeah, this guy's right. Oh, I better go and look into this and find out more. No one fucking cares about your trans shit, bro. No one gives a shit about this, right, bro? No one gives two fucks about your gay little trans arguments, okay?
Just a fact check here. So I actually know the guy who built the Killstream website, and I just asked him if Keem appeared on the show or if he was just talked about, and they say he was just talked about because he doesn't have like a setting to like list it as he was just talked about, so they just put it as appearance. So I just want to say he was not on the show a month ago.
Okay. You know who Rand is, the guy on the Killstream?
Yeah, I'm aware of him.
Dude is something, huh?
Yeah,
He goes-
I've heard some of the things you said, but I do want to just say one thing, and I'm so
Bro,
sorry.
don't let Xanderhal, they're letting Xanderhal be really slippery here. Fuck off, dude.
Sorry for like hijacking the conversation because I do want it mostly be between you guys, but basically like my whole issue, and I think Willy's whole issue with like these extreme like definitive labels that you seem to give people based off your assumptions is that like instead of going based off what they say, like Keemstar said he supports this, and this, you go based off whether they were on a live stream or whatever. And when you're trying to use these assumptions of the labels that people have to try and like go after them to like stop this negativity or move people to the left, a lot of the time you're making mistakes about like people's political leaning. Like I understand how you come to these conclusions, but me personally, I go based off what people say rather than they've been on a live stream or what have you. And I think like for example, when you went after me, it caught me a bit off guard when you implied that I was right leaning, and I can understand why you thought that, but you made it seem so definitive.
Dude,
and then based off that, and then based off that, you're like, oh well, he's doing something bad for the commentary community, etc. The commentary community is this pipeline to the all the way to the right, and based off your theories, that would be correct. But I'm not right-leaning, so that theory kind of goes out the window.
Yeah.
And you're just not taking people at face value, like Keemstar, that he's not alt-right. You know.
Yeah,
So that's my whole overall
that
issue with your definitive political leanings. But I'll shut up for now. That's all I want to say.
I'm a big proponent of the idea that actions speak louder than words. A lot of people can say they believe or think a certain thing, but if their actions contradict that in any way, then I'm going to start to get a little bit,
Okay. Beyond expressing with your words what you think about a topic, if someone isn't a politician, how the fuck can you assess their politics by their actions, exactly? What? What actions could you engage in as a commentator on the internet that would belie your true political perspectives? You're walking down the street and you see a black guy and you fucking chuck a coin at them or something, or call them an M-word. I mean, but then again, that's your language in a way, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe you're throwing a coin at them because it does something. I don't fucking know, dude. This is such cancer. This is retarded, bro. What do you mean? He's a fucking drama commentator, bro.
A little bit skeptical about what they actually believe. But if I talk to somebody and I believe that they're being genuine when they tell me what their beliefs are, like for you, Bo Blacks, you told me you're pretty left-leaning, you told me what your opinions are. I think you're generally pretty left-leaning.
Yeah, but you were willing to talk really confidently about it, even though you had no fucking clue. That's the point. Same with the Keemstar shit. He was on there a month ago. You had no fucking clue.
Actions before I talk to him, absolutely. If I see what some...
If they marched at Unite the Right rally, was Keemstar at Unite the Right? I mean, what? I mean, I don't know. Were there lots of people that were Unite the Right that were like, I mean, I guess you could say there was a bit of deception about what they believed or something like that. But yeah, we're not Nazis. We're identitarian, whatever, right? But I mean, what has this got to do with Keemstar, bro? What the fuck? What actions are Keemstar? Okay, this is where you need to fucking get the questions in there. What actions is Keemstar engaging in that you think belies his true political ideology that he, obfuscates with his speech? Like, what is it he's doing? Is it just he goes on the kill stream sometimes?
Somebody does, I feel pretty comfortable basing what I think their opinions are based off
dude,
of
your fucking opinion is shit, dude. You're the guy that fell for the fucking JQ and had to be saved from the Jewish question video, dude. It's like, I don't think you have great common sense when it comes to this stuff. And I don't think...
Yes!
I also don't think, dude, you have a very good...
Wait, hold on. Go back. What are you talking about, the JQ?
I saw on a stream that you said that you needed to be saved from the JQ.
Okay, so what I was talking about was that I
used to be on the right wing, and you were saved, and Minecraft got you there.
No, what I talked about was that I was in a group of... I had a friend group that was pretty far right, and I watched a lot of content creators that ranged anywhere from being like edgy, centrist, anti-SJW types to far right. From around 2014 to 2017, around...
Who were they, just out of curiosity?
Do you want me to go down the list of people as they go further and further right?
Yeah, of the Minecraft YouTubers.
Just the big one. Give us their full names.
Watch them too.
Did I say Minecraft YouTubers?
Oh, I thought you did say Minecraft YouTubers. I could be remembering it wrong.
What I talked about was that I was on a server called 2B2T, and I was in a group with a lot of people who were actual neo-Nazis. Like there was a guy in our, I told Augie and Boblax about this last time I was on their show. I was on a server called 2B2T, big server, probably heard of it, oldest anarchy server in Minecraft.
And right, so yeah, I mean, obviously what Xanderhal's doing is thinking, oh, I had friends that were far right, and I'm a very weak-minded, retarded individual. So therefore, I was influenced by that. So other people are going to be influenced by that too. So if Keemstar's going on the kill stream, you know, I mean, listen, guys, say what we want about Keemstar, okay? I don't think that you could argue that he's not like quite a stubborn-minded individual. Like, I don't think he's going to be easily swayed to a certain perspective purely off the back of hanging out with people. Do you know what I mean? Well, if I got groomed by Minecraft Nazis, surely Keemstar's going to get groomed by going on the kill stream.
I was in a group called the Imperium, and a lot of people in that group were like actual Nazis. There was a Jewish guy in the group that they would constantly shit on and say, we're going to send you to the gas chamber. They would call him the K-slur. They would just shit on him, and eventually he got kicked from the group because they got tired of having a Jew there. They would post videos of like black children in third world countries getting sliced in half by oncoming trains, like actual neo-Nazi dudes. And I didn't realize
I'm not laughing.
I was sort of like an edgy, sort of leaning kind of centrist dude at the time.
So at what point did you realize it?
So what happened was
get to the JQ part though. I'm fucking don't care. I lied.
You asked me a question. I'm going to tell
Yeah,
you.
I know. I lied about that part.
You're trying to characterize me in an
No, I was interested genuinely because that is a fucking crazy story.
Yeah, absolutely. This has happened to a lot of people. You can look online and look up my story, how I fell into the alt-right. You can find a lot.
This happened to a lot of people. Okay. Right? God, this is bringing back some great memories. Right? This is what happened. Okay? This narrative of people tumbling down the alt-right pipeline and becoming full-blown neo-fascists is way overstated. Okay? Most people, through some sort of algorithmic influence, sure, ended up watching like a Ben Shapiro video or something like that. If you're particularly spicy, maybe you got to Stefan Molyneux or something like that. Right? But I mean, even then, you might get to Stefan Molyneux and be like, oh, this guy said some weird shit. I don't think I'm down with this. I'll go back to my anti-SJW slop, right? But most of it was like anti-SJW slop. You know, that's what kind of led your perspectives. It wasn't this narrative of becoming these far-right neo-Nazi, neo-fascist people. It was like, you know, anti-SJW content and stuff and having a perspective based on that, you know? But yeah.
That's so fucking good. Dude, that's what I'm saying. To fall in that shit, don't you have to have like a serious lack of common sense?
Common sense is a fallacy. No, you can have.
There it is. There's the normal guy versus debate pedophilia. Common sense is a fallacy, actually. There's no such thing scientifically documented as common sense. It's a total fallacy, bro. Shut up, nerd. Shut up, Poindexter. No one fucking cares. Normal people know what WillyMac is getting at, okay? I mean, the way you would express it is like, you'd use the concept of reasonableness, right? A reasonable person would not fall into a situation where they're becoming a far-right Nazi off the back of playing Minecraft on a certain server, right? Like, that's not something a reasonable person would do. But you did because you're a weak-minded moron, basically.
It's not a fallacy, dude.
You know what? Do you know what it is to be morally lucky?
No, I have no fucking clue.
Okay, so to be morally lucky means that you were based.
Bro, dude. Don't forget, guys. This is about Keemstar being a white nationalist, alt-right Nazi, and we're talking about moral lucky, dude. Fucking hell, dude.
Basically raised to believe a certain set of ideas, but you don't have the arguments to hold up those beliefs. Like, for example, you may be raised believing that, oh yeah, it's not bad, like black people are fine, immigration is good, but you may not have arguments to believe those things. So when someone comes along and makes what sounds like a really good argument about why black people actually, like for example, people say that despite being 13% of the population, black people commit 50% of the crime. How would you argue?
Can you get to the point?
No, I'm asking right now, how would you argue against that statistic?
Wait, what was the statistic?
Despite being 13% of the population, black people commit 50% of crime.
Oh my god, bro, this is pure debate pedophilia. No way, dude. Oh my god. Socioeconomic circle? I know the answer to all this because it's fucking classic Twitch bullshit, right? You obviously make the argument about, you know, about it. But here's the thing about it too. Notice his language there. How do you argue against it, right? So that is very loaded. The idea being that I'm proposing a statistic and you should argue against the concept behind that statistic because I'm right and you're wrong, you know? Like, you know, he talks about being morally lucky, right? Xanderhal, right, is bouncing about between different fucking ideologies. Like, he's a fucking retard. So he's got in with Vosh, and he's watched a few Destiny streams, and now he's making these fucking arguments, you know? But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, these kind of debate strategies, even back then, I think, were very cancerous, but particularly now.
How do I make money off depressed people?
Napa 2323, 7 became a member. Napa 2323, 7 celebrates 2 months of membership. Keemstar is my fall asleep with a toaster in the bath, Xander.
Thank you for the membership.
You argue against that statistic if you didn't.
I mean,
argue.
I have no idea. I've never fucking heard of this shit.
Okay, so if you're an edgy little fucking 16-year-old or 17-year-old, and you were raised to believe that you should treat everybody equally, and you hear somebody in a suit that looks very, very, very professional and sounds like they're making good arguments, that tells you, yeah, well, black people commit a lot more crime than they should be, for their population.
The point is, what the fuck are you on about? So you're saying you were a gullible kid that went down like a racist.
All fucking kids are gullible, my dude. This is how.
Dude, I was a fucking kid too. I wasn't dumb enough to go like fall down this fucking racist ass shit where I go into a Minecraft server and get radicalized by a bunch of people playing Minecraft. That's fucking ridiculous, dude.
I mean, it's happened to a shit ton of people.
Bro, yes, finally, a bit of normal guy mogging. Yes, exactly. Thank you for fucking bringing some normal guy mogging into it. That's ridiculous, bro. Like, explaining it like that. It's so true, though, isn't it? It's so fucking on the money.
Really?
Do you think everybody who's far right was born far right?
I don't know, dude. I just think you're a fucking idiot is the point. I think you got to be raised better, seriously. If you come out fucking thinking, getting convinced that.
How do you think people fall into crazy radical ideologies? Do you think they're born that way?
Bro, also, Xanderhal is massively overstating the amount of people that are falling into these radical ideologies. Like, what is he on about, dude?
No, they're at a vulnerable time in their life.
You know what I think? I think the amount of
time in their life, and
I think the amount of fucking dude. You've talked enough about this. I get it. We all fucking get it. We don't want to hear it anymore. The point is, dude, the amount of fucking radical people that are going on right now, and that you think have all this power and all this shit, I think is a lot less harmful than you walking around with people that you don't know about, saying like this guy's alt-right, this guy's Nazi. Because although in your head, like these terms mean a slew of fucking different things, to the normal person, that sounds fucking horrible. That sounds like they're ready to fucking gas the Jews and murder people.
I don't think appealing to
you say that shit
popularity of an argument.
Keemstar believes in a fucking conspiracy theory about the election. That means that he's a fucking Nazi. Dude, normal fucking people view that as like, oh, Keemstar
right conspiracy theory about the election, yes.
Do you have anything to say? I mean, you kept talking that whole fucking time, so I'm not surprised you didn't understand what I said.
Sounds unbelievably dumb. Yes. So for starters, Keemstar was making a far-right conspiracy theory about that. Also, I don't know why you're coming on here to talk to me about how I know nothing about politics or how I'm dumb. When
I'm not arguing that you know nothing about politics. I'm saying you're going around throwing
the guy who shot up the fucking Christchurch, or about every.
Why do you always bring it back? That's crazy.
Because you said that I was a gullible, dumb, naive kid, and most people aren't like that. That's how everybody gets radicalized into a far right position or into conspiracy gets radicalized that position. You go after people who are in a vulnerable time in their life. Like for me, when I was a teenager, my grandma had died, and I was in a bad state of mind because I was a fucking teenager.
Bro, my grandma just passed away. Before I knew it, I was calling some Jewish person slurs in a server, and then I thought an ethno state was a good idea. This is so ridiculous, bro.
Go after those people, they appeal to them in ways that appeal to them through like edgy humor and disaffected bullshit, and they radicalize from the far right by making what is perceived as good arguments. That's how it works, my dude.
I feel like you just need fucking help, man. All right.
Nice argument.
I don't think I have a whole lot else to say other than, Xander, you just sound like you're fucking crazy, dude.
You sound like you're a fucking idiot.
Dude, you're going on about how
I'm glad we can reach common ground over here.
I don't know what else to say, dude. I think like Keemstar saying that leads to like radicalized shit, and you get radicalized playing Minecraft. I think that says more about you than
you're doing the thing again, my dude. You're doing that. You got radicalized playing Minecraft again. It's very very telling of how little you are able to grasp the concept of radicalization towards fringe political groups.
I mean, unless you want to take like fucking calls or some shit. I mean, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere besides him talking in circles.
No, we don't take callers in this show.
If you're done like with all your arguments, then I'll go back to playing God of War. But you've demonstrated to me that you have no idea what you're talking about. You have no.
Bro, oh my god, this is like Giga, like Destiny or Vosh skinwalking, isn't it? This is it. This is the big, like, end of the debate smackdown moment, you know? Yeah, I fucking owned you loads here, haven't I? I'm going to go back to playing COD of War. I'm so disinterested in your arguments, and you haven't even made any good arguments, and I've totally fucking owned you in every conceivable way, and I won. Fucking hell, dude. Just the most obnoxious showboating shit ever, dude.
You have no. If you're done like with all your arguments, then I'll go back to playing God of War. But you've demonstrated to me that you have no idea what you're talking about. You have no one of the most political attention, and you've shown me that you are even dumber than I thought you were on Twitter. So I've come out of this conversation very, very happy.
You're literally labeling people the worst shit, and I don't think you understand what the labels you're giving actually means to the fucking general, general public.
Hey, if you're thinking I'm harming the world, show me an example of me radicalizing somebody to shooting up a fucking mosque, and I'll take your.
You gotta show an example of Keemstar doing that.
Show, if you think I'm harming the world, show me an example of me radicalizing someone to commit an extremist act. I mean, I think you could probably cause some harm without going to that level, no? Like, you could perhaps harm someone's reputation. You know. You could harm someone's reputation by saying something about them that is unfair, unreasonable, or untrue.
I've shown you examples of far-right political figures radicalizing people to do that.
When did I go after you for going after a far-right political figure?
You literally
talking about Keemstar, bro. Dude, this is what you do. You change the subject, jump around. It's so fucking. Literally, it only work for a dumb fucking audience that doesn't know what you're talking about.
Wait, do you have the memory of a goldfish? You literally, not 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes ago, went after me for going after people who are Nazis and believe slavery exists. And I said, well, here's some people who radicalize people.
Bro, dude, Xanderhal, God, it's so funny that he's trying to do this big smackdown, and he's so retarded, he's forgotten the point that was being made. No, he wasn't saying you're wrong to go after people that like slavery or whatever. It's that, you know, you're coming up with this absurdist example of what someone would believe that isn't a common view in order to try and act like Optimus is wrong for saying that someone's political perspective broadly doesn't matter in terms of friendships and supporting them.
Yeah, I think you making a completely dishonest argument to Optimus, I think that is crazy. I think you going ahead and telling Leafy, like, hey, it would be great if Leafy just went after Nazis from now on instead of just having fun on the fucking internet. I think that's fucking stupid. I think it's absolutely absurd thing to say.
I've literally said I don't expect anybody that I talk to or convince of my beliefs.
No, you don't, but you would like it, right? You'd like it if it was a...
There's a difference between expecting someone to do something and
no shit. Nobody's arguing that. You're literally arguing shit that nobody's brought up.
$50 million. Do I expect that to happen? No. There's a difference.
Literally nobody is arguing that. That's so fucking, like, what are you talking about? Nobody's argued that.
You literally just argued just now that I want Leafy.
You'd like it? I'm saying you'd like it if that was a thing. You aren't forcing him because obviously you can't force anybody to do it, right? But you'd like if it was
anybody, yeah.
Insane.
Liking somebody.
Can you imagine if all of YouTube was just people going after Nazis? Like, doesn't that sound fucking great?
No, fuck no. You think shitting on that's as American as it gets. I personally think patriot. I think America is the best country in the world, and going after Nazis is the most as American as it gets. So I don't know what to tell you.
I don't think the way you think is healthy or normal or anything, man. I think you're way too like your political opinions, dude. It's just your life. And I think it's fucking not right, man.
Politics isn't exactly my life. That's why I do gaming streams and I chill out with my chat. But most of my contents, I mean, it's my job to talk about politics. When you tell,
but look, you literally everything that was brought up, you go, well, it is political.
Bro, dude, he's using the kind of like classic thing. Like it's like a bastardization of like what Destiny and Vosh do, where it's like, oh, you know, it's actually very American to engage in lefty politics, right? Like, that's the thing that he's trying to impart there, right? There's a, you know, whatever. But he's doing it with like, yeah, I think that Leafy going after Nazis on the internet is the most American thing that you could do. Like, bro. Dude, it's like like a retard child bastardization of the whole thing, you know?
Political. I'm like, yeah, if you have gaming life, I think you're normal or anything, man. I think you're way too like your political opinions, dude. It's just your life. And I think it's fucking not right, man.
Politics isn't exactly my life. That's why I do gaming streams and I chill out with my chat. But most of my content.
I miss that little gem. Oh, actually, politics isn't my entire life. Sometimes I play video games in my chat. Oh my god, bro. What a fucking loser, dude. I'm ashamed of my Xanderholic past.
I mean, it's my job to talk about politics. When you tell...
No, but look, you literally, everything that we brought up, you go, well, technically it is political. I'm like, yeah, if you have that skewed version of reality, then yeah, like it is.
I mean, your view of reality is about as...
Copyright is political to you because it's a law. Every law is politics. Every opinion is politics to you. And I just don't think that's how normal people think. I think there's something fucked with you. And you being part of being radicalized by a Minecraft server, I think plays...
the Minecraft server thing again. Going back to that. It wasn't the Minecraft server. It was me having a group of friends who normalized far-right ideas to me. When your group of friends are like fucking neo-Nazis, of course you're going to fall into that kind of shit.
But wait, you're talking about yourself as a child. Well, not as a child, as a middle-aged, mid-teenager type thing. We're talking about a guy that's an adult. Right? I mean, what is this fucking insane perspective that, hanging about the kill street? Dude, it's so stupid, dude.
You know what peer pressure is?
Dude, and then you going ahead and like making this fight, because I want to know, do you have the opinions you do and feel so strongly you do? And this is genuine, right? I'm not even gonna meme right now. Like you say that commentary is the new rabbit hole, could be the new rabbit hole for the alt-right.
In some respects,
right?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, do you feel the way you do about commentary because you felt that, like, when you fell into the rabbit hole, it was because, like, fucking the videos you watched?
What I find to be the most analogous
Sure,
I'm explaining right now. What I find to be the most analogous to it is this weird disaffection towards politics, but at the same time, a denial of what is politics. This was something that I saw a lot in a lot of the days that I hung out in back when I was
like really confusing phrases, and you go like, yeah.
Hey, listen, dude, if you're too stupid to understand the basic words that I'm using right now, I can dumb down my speech.
No, go on, dude.
So disaffection towards politics is what the right thrives off of. Sort of like feeling like you don't give a fuck about anything, right? If you're going to be left-leaning, you have to actually care.
Bro, this is just this is like the left also benefit from disaffection, right? Because the idea is you have some sort of dissatisfaction with your circumstances and you feel like normal politicians, right? And, you know, it's like you feel kind of disaffected and not interested. They're not there for you. They don't benefit you. They don't do what you think is going to help you. And so the lefties come along and go, yep, that's fucking the mainstream political system, right? You need to fucking come over to us. You guys need to come over to us, and we're going to, you know, help you understand and help you see and open up your class consciousness, and you'll be able to see and breathe a revolution, comrade, and all this shit, you know?
About shit, but you can be right-leaning and not give a fuck about shit and get radicalized. That's the main argument that I'm making.
Dude, but most people, right, don't actually, like, most people, they come home from their 9-to-5 job, they fucking just want some entertainment, and that's it. That's how most people live. And YouTubers are obviously most people.
So right? I don't think that if you just come home from your 9-to-5 job and just
saying that's alt-right is fucking so bizarre, dude.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that person who doesn't really give a shit about politics is probably the perfect person for the alt-right to target, because if you're somebody who doesn't give a shit about politics,
most people are perfect for the alt-right to target, then why aren't most people alt-right?
Because the alt-right hasn't targeted him yet.
Dude, sure, what the fuck ever, dude.
Wait, who is the alt-right? Who is the alt-right?
People make it sound like it's this group that all works together.
No, they don't work together.
They're in a fucking crew with these fucking
Spencer. I tried to explain stochastic terrorism earlier, but it's probably a concept your brain is too small to grasp, so I understand that.
That's a really fucking good one, dude.
But yeah, it is a very good one. I pride on my insanely good sense of humor. So the argument that I'm making right now is if you don't give a shit about politics and then all you
do you know what is so funny about this conversation is that Xanderhal is on like full-on sweat debate mode, okay? He's giving it his all. He's probably like, you know, hyper-focused. He's like all in on this, right? He's trying to infiltrate the commentary community. He's like fucking lock the fuck in, right? Using all this terminology and all this stuff. Whereas Willy, okay, is just like a normal guy just having a convo on the internet about this shit. And, you know, Yes, if you're a debate pedo, you're probably good. And I'm guilty of this sometimes. I very much get into like a debate pedo mindset when I cover this stuff because, you know, of coming from Twitch poll or whatever. And I think, oh, that's a bad argument or whatever.
Okay, that's wonderful.
When you do it from a
normal
normal perspective.
Money off depressed people.
Chud, during this time wasn't this retard on meth and getting cucked by his girlfriend at the time? How anyone listens to this clown is beyond brain dead.
They give it 333. But from a normie perspective, especially a commentary audience, you know, they're going to be listening to this and being like, this guy's wacky. They're just going to be like, what? Huh? What's this guy on about? Slavery's politics. What? Oh, what's the stochastic terrorism? What is that? Or whatever shit.
Two is like SJW cringe breakdown compilation number 69. Then yeah, you're probably going to be way more susceptible to going to the right when that is your only political engagement.
All right.
Yeah, the classic line of argument. Yeah, I was there watching SJW fail compilation 76, and then all of a sudden, I was considering whether or not black and white people should actually live in the same space together.
Dude, I think that's enough crazy for me, bro. Anything else?
Can you say trans rights?
Yeah, trans rights.
All right, I forgive you.
No! Why? Okay, that was fun. I enjoyed that. That was some good Xantent. No Willy Mac. No. You lost at the end. That was fun. We love a bit of Xantent, don't we? Unfortunately, there's not more of it. Well, we're saying that. I mean, what's going on his channel at the moment? I feel like he's kind of moved away mainly from covering drama because he recognised he got absolutely laughed out of the room. Let's have a look. Okay. He's doing a bit of drama, I guess, but... Start Brandon. 8.1k. Finally dunking. Oh my god, bro. I'm dunk. Bro, I'm gonna... Do you know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm gonna do some based Chud dunking. Look at what this Chud said. Okay, bro. Elon, what's you thinking? Union's anti-working class. Elon is an anti-union liar. The mass deportations will be brutal. They are begging us to stay on Elon's Twitter. Okay. Wait. The dark side of Roblox turns children into Nazis. Well, I kind of wanted to move on, but I mean, I'm intrigued. I gotta say, I'm intrigued.